don't give a fuck what you talking about. Like I said, I'm gonna talk about who the fuck I want to talk about. I've been talking about bitches going on 37 years. Kiss my motherfucking ass. Y'all don't do a motherfucking thing for me. Like I said, when we went out last night, y'all bitches could have had us another to and we were going down there to a motherfucking club. Not, I'm not. I'm not gonna try to cancel with Miss Sally. Now I know goddamn Miss Sally high class. I'm gonna be Brenda to the motherfucking day I die. And if you don't like it, stay around me. I don't ask for fake ass, Lord. Don't come and show me no fake ass, Lord. Don't volunteer to be my motherfucking friend. I don't need no volunteer ass friends. I don't have friends. Friends like leeches. Once they get stuck, they hard goddamn to get off.
Hey y'all, happy Friday. Happy Friday, Diz. Hey, Dr. Soap. How you doing, boo? Pac-Man, go on. Anybody talking to you, boy? Stop. Don't start messing with me. Go, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Go. Hey, Susan. What's going on, boo? Listen, y'all. If y'all have not already heard that little piece of whatever the fuck, whoever Brenda is, I don't know where Brenda from, but Brenda had to let something get off her chest. And I don't know why the hell I got a damn Sean Bradley notification, but I did. And and that is what was playing. So Brenda said, leave her the motherfucker alone. Brenda said she don't need no motherfucking friends. Brenda said, y'all bitches only get pretty when it's a birthday or the weekend or a holiday. Any other day, y'all be looking crazy as hell. Ain't got no motherfucking edges. Be fake as hell, trying to be high class, knowing y'all low class. Brenda said a mouthful, okay? So I had to play a little piece. Oh, whoever Brenda is. Pac-Man, go. Get. Y'all, he getting on my damn nerves. Okay. Hey, Al, how you doing, boo? That was on Sean Bradley's channel. The title of the video is Tell Them How You Really Feel. And all it is a whole video of this lady going the fuck off. Brenda said, fuck y'all. She said, I buy y'all stuff for y'all birthday. Y'all want to go to the dollar store, give me a little dollar perfume and card. But I buy y'all something for $15 and $20. Y'all want a high class gift. And go to the dollar store, the Family Dollar, and get me a dollar perfume. But yeah, that's what Brenda said. Pac-Man is crazy. Every time Pac-Man start hearing me talk, y'all know here he come. So anyway, y'all, I'm not really feeling that good. I'm going to make me some coffee, okay? And I just really just want to talk to y'all. That's all. I just want to talk and laugh a little bit. I had a rough day at work today. My coworker think he's slick because he did not take that cell phone with him today. I was at work with my heating pad all damn day. Go, Pac-Man, go. And the only reason that I went to work is because I know I had people coming in to see me today. So I was like, let me just go ahead in and see how it going. The day went pretty fast, so it was cool. But since I had a new person start today, so that's good because hopefully she worked out. But anyway, so that was my day at work, and then it was time to go. And he left the phone on the desk with me because when people call, like they call and talk to me, and he always come bring it to me. But he's supposed to take it home at night, and he think he's slick, and it's the weekend, and he did not take it with him. So I got the work phone, so we're gonna see how that goes. But I just want to talk to y'all because I've been seeing, like I seen James live, and James was over there talking about Brian, and I'm like, what the fuck did Brian say? And I actually did go to Brian's video, but I didn't even listen to it because I just kind of just want to just talk without even listening to anything else. No, not decaffeinated. I need this caffeine. I need all of this caffeine. No, ma'am. I want all the caffeine I can get. So, I don't have no freaking creamer. I took my creamer to work. So I'm gonna make some cocoa too. I'm just gonna make like a cafe mocha. That's what I'm gonna do. So, all right. So I hope y'all having a happy Friday. I hope y'all have an amazing day so far. Y'all have a great night. Y'all, it's quiet at my house tonight. Ain't nobody here. So it's just me and Pac-Man. We chilling. So I'm like, let me come on and talk to y'all, see what y'all got going on. I'll be on camera tomorrow, y'all. So excuse me. I'm just kind of pissed off with YouTube. I see that my true crime video did not upload. So that's not a good thing. So I did not do it. Okay, I did do it. It didn't upload, so I'll get that together. But outside of that, I'll be on camera tomorrow, y'all. I just got to get myself together, and for me to come on camera, like it's been a rough couple days. Okay, rough week, really, for real. Hey, Crystal. Hey, boo. I was on his video. You was on Brian's video. But anywho, I'll continue to tell people who did. Oh. Uh, y'all, if y'all are not subscribed to Chris G, please subscribe to her, y'all. She is over there. She over there doing her thing. And I'm happy. I'm always happy when she decided to come on and talk to the people. So she's been doing that on a pretty consistent basis for a little bit. So y'all go check her out. Make sure y'all should go show her some love. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all leave her a comment. Let her know that y'all was there. Give her a like. Soap, he been over there playing his music and chilling and just spreading some good vibes with all the fuck shit that be going on. You know, we need a little break. We need to have a little fun in between. So, you know, he be chilling and he don't really, you know, Dr. Soap ain't really for the bullshit, really for real. Like, he might talk some shit, he might joke, play, but he is pretty for real about what he stand for and stuff like that and who he supports. So, you know, he whatever you get on his channel is going to be pretty straightforward, and anything in between that, he like to have fun and just chill and spread some love. So y'all make sure y'all check them out. Oh, you doing it tonight? Lord Jesus, I see why people run solo. These clicks, and see, that's really what I want to talk about, because listen, the more and more, so like what, we like a consistent 3 years now in the beef sector as far as the angels, and when I hear a lot of other people talk about how long they've been in the beef sector, we all pretty much been interacting over here for about the same amount of time, maybe a year, give or take 2 years, something like that for the most part. But we all been over here interacting for about the same amount of time. And what I'm learning and seeing is that the more time goes on, the more people fall out, or you start to see how more people start to feel away about people that they've been supporting. It's just more separations as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? And then it's kind of like a circle, right? It's like shit just comes full circle, because it's like people that you once maybe supported, you no longer are on the same page with them. But then people who didn't like them or wasn't supporting them at one point, now they over there. It's just like we just be moving like in this circle, in this wave. And yeah, staying solo, like I mean, for me myself, I have always viewed myself as being solo. As much as I do support people that I like, I've never like been part of no specific group. I don't think I have. I mean, some people may view me as doing that because, I mean, and then me specifically, I've supported pretty much the same people as time goes on. It's just certain people fall off. A lot of people have fell off of that list, but as far as going back, apologize, all that type of shit, like falling out, getting back together, or I didn't fuck with you, now I do. Like, nah, it ain't too much of that going on with me, because for me, I'm just, and we've talked about this before, but I mean, for me, I'm just like, I mean, once I see you, I see you. Or if I can't trust you, I'm not gonna act like I do. Like, I don't act well. Like, I probably could have never been in Hollywood or no shit like that, because I'm not a good actor. Like, I can't put on the face. I can't fake the funk. You gonna tell when I'm bothered. I just can't like switch it up like that. You know, I can't hide that. If I don't say nothing, you damn sure gonna see it on my face. So that's just how I am. Hey, the artist, how are you, babe? That's just how I am, and that's how I always been. And so yeah, so for me, I just feel like when I came into the beef sector, I pretty much just tried to support everybody. Like anybody's name I came across, I would go check out their channel and boom, I'm in their chat and, interacting and whatever, laughing, talking, whatever. And then as I see little shit as time goes on, I'm like, oh no, I'm good, or I might decide to speak about something and then here comes the fallout. So boom, there it is. And it's all good. You keep it moving. You keep it moving. And like Brenda said, bitch, block me because I'm still gonna talk shit about your ass. But oh, that is your name. Oh my damn, my Willie. Hey Willie. Hey boo. I'm like the artist. I ain't never seen the name. I don't know. So I'm so slow, y'all. Y'all know I'm slow. Oh, these people are so two-faced. Like it's just listen, like I don't get it. Like these people are supposed to be grown as fuck. Like we are way too grown to be this fake for real. Like for real. Like it's just amazing, and I don't know. Like I just don't know. It's just it be too much going on. I'm gonna tell you something else. Like once I know you be like behind the scenes talking, and I'm not saying ain't everybody's within their right to move how they feel. Everybody's within their right to build relationships and have communications and shit like that. But honestly, to be all the way honest, if you a person who be getting all these receipts, if you a person who know everything about what be going on, if you a person who, just be having all the communications and shit like that, like off of YouTube, like I don't really, like even if we cordial, I still be feeling like, uh, you know what I'm saying? It's something about that for me because people will put on this face like, I'm messy, but I don't dox, and yeah, but we all messy, but we in the beef sector, but yeah, like I know this, but I don't tell it, or it's a lot of shit I know. Why do people feel so comfortable with you to share their deepest, darkest secrets? Why are you the go-to person to know everybody's fuck shit? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just I'll be looking at that. I listen to that. People who are the ones who always got the receipts. You can name any situation that happened anytime in the beef sector and they got a clip for it. Like, what's going on in your life that you are able to be there? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So it's just a lot of shit. I don't trust a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I just be wary about a lot of shit like that. So that's why I be saying like I don't really feel like I be belonging or fit because maybe I just ain't nosy enough. Maybe I ain't messy enough for the beef sector. Maybe I just ain't fake enough. Um, Maybe I just don't give a fuck enough. I don't know what it is, but I be feeling like, hey, perfect. How you doing, boo? Um, oh Lord. Oh Lord. Lord. Okay, y'all got her. Okay, cool. Did y'all get her? Oh my God. Y'all, I don't be looking at the damn comments. What the fuck? Okay, y'all got her. And that shit right there, like, that's for what? For what? Like, if somebody wants you to know something about that, they'll tell it. And then you come to, like, I don't know what the fuck you came to my chat to dox somebody for because I don't give a fuck what his real name is. Like, what is that going to do for me? What is knowing Rebel's name, address, phone number, job? Like, what the fuck is that gonna do for me? And then you can know somebody's real name. Do you know how many people have that same name? Like, we see what happened when Five Babe tried to dox Rick Reed about a PPP loan, and it was some older man. Like, we seen what happened with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know that there's so many people who got the same name? Like, what makes you know that you have the right person? And what's wrong with you in your life where you just go and look up somebody's information for what? For what? Because he decided to not agree with somebody? Like what? What? Because he decided to go into a chat, or he decided to fall back from somebody's chat? I mean, I remember when I got treated the same way because I so-called wasn't in the chat as much. So the fuck, bitch? I don't gotta be here every time you hit a live button, bitch. Who the fuck are you? Like, y'all be having the game fucked up. You know what I'm saying? People are on here at their convenience, not yours. It's very rare that a motherfucker in the beef sector got a set schedule that you know when the fuck they coming on, what they coming on for, how long they gonna be on for, so that even your most ride or die people will set aside that time for you to be there for you. So every time at the thought or a whim, you just want to decide to hit the button, everybody just supposed to drop what the fuck they got going on and just be there? For what? Like, come on now. Like, that's asking too motherfucking much. Y'all got the game fucked up. Really, for real. You just do. You just do. You know, somebody might be on vacation a week and just been there all week. And then they got to go back to fucking work and they got shit to do. A lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't got nothing to do. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't have work or kids or business to take care of, or really no real life adult activities going on to where, you know, you fill up your days and your nights with shit that's off of the internet. This is supposed to be social media, so we're on here when we want to be social. Just like when you feel like getting dressed and going to happy hour or going to see a movie or something. Like, you're not going to do that every fucking day. You're not going to do it every night. You're going to do it when you feel like it, when you have time. So, I mean, when people make an assumption based on how much they see somebody in your chat, that's, you know, that's very, very selfish. It's very selfish because your life ain't my life. And that goes for the people that are in the chat also. You know, the people that are supporting, maybe you have a job where you can just get on your phone any time of the damn day. Some people may not have that luxury. You know, I mean, it's all about what people are able to do and what they want to do and what they have time to do. And you should take that into consideration and not be a selfish ass bitch and just feel like, oh, because you don't see somebody as often, that they being fake or that they no longer support you. You know, your first thought should not be me, me, me. It should be, oh, I haven't seen such and such lately. Well, maybe they've been busy. But a bitch who don't think about nobody else but they self, of course, they first thought. And that's the thought of people who do people fucked up. Because as much as they would love for people to believe that they are just so good to people, they just do so much for people. They just always looking out. They are so nice. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're just so nice. Like, they just go outside of themselves all of the time for others. So why would they be treated this way by people that they've done things for? Why would they? Because you probably ain't as good as you try to portray to be. That's why. Because see, a lot of times what con artists and deceitful people do is, yeah, they'll do some good. They'll sprinkle some good here and there. But they doing a whole lot of fuck shit to make up for that good that they do, to be able to do that good. All the fuck shit that they did to gain whatever they gained, to sprinkle that little bit of good, they feel like the good is what should be noticed. No, karma don't forget shit. And there's good and bad. And whatever you put out in the world will come back. So shit ain't happening to you just because somebody is just fake as fuck. Shit is happening to you because that's what you deserve. Because that's what you put out at some point. Hey niece, what's going on, boo? Chanel, hey boo. Hey, love in my hair. Lisa, hey boo. We ain't fighting nobody. We ain't fighting nobody. We just talking. We just talking. Um, so yeah. So, it's just been a lot going on. But yeah, so as far as Brian's video, I didn't want to listen to it. Part of the reason is, let me just be honest, that I'm gonna tell you the statement that made me click off. Was he was saying that he was saying something about basically the same thing that he was condemned for a week or two ago is happening again. And now people are talking about this Vegas gate and having panels. And he was referring to James, right? And everybody knows I love me some James. Everybody knows that, okay? But I also love me some Brian. I really have. I've always enjoyed Brian since I came across this channel. Gemini is who told me about Brian's channel. I want to say that's the first person. And ever since I've come across him, I've just always liked his personality, right? And but my thing is, I had to click off because I feel like, James wasn't the one who brought up the conversation about Vegas Gate. So I feel like when you have a beef with somebody and now you have a strong dislike for somebody, and it has to be a strong dislike for you to get to the point where you're pursuing legal matters against them, right? So I'm just going off of what was said. All right. I'm not assuming anything. So once you have that level of dislike for somebody, it's like your judgment gets clouded on everything else that may concern them or everything that they do or the reason that they do it, and I just feel like history always repeats itself in the beef sector. Brian is one of those people that brings up VS all the time. That woman has not been in the beef sector, has not made a video in years at this point, but her name is constantly mentioned. And he's one of the people that mentions her name a lot, right? Most recently when he was talking about Lady Nika. So and even that, anytime that Brian talks about somebody, he went all the way back to when James was wearing that silver dress. How long ago was that? That was before Vegas Gate. So if we're going to talk about Vegas Gate, you went back way before. Or even anything, talking about all people's history. So why? So you talk about people's history every time you come on and speak about somebody, you're talking about their history or something that that happened years ago at this point, because we're talking 2015, 2016, 7, like now years ago, even years before a lot of us was even interacting over here. So all we're going off of is hearsay at this point, right? So it's like, why not talk about Vegas Gate? Why is that wrong? Now, I don't know who condemned him and what history he was talking about that people thought he shouldn't have been. And now he's saying that people are talking about Vegas Gate. I don't know, because anytime that I've heard Brian drag anybody in the beef sector, he always brings up their history, always has. Because for the most part, that's what people over here get drugged for, is what happened, not what's happening now. A lot of us that get drugged, whenever we are getting drugged, we're not getting drugged for the shit we're doing right now or who we are right now today. We're getting drugged for who we were, just like Brian. Brian's been on a weight loss journey and been trying to, live a healthier lifestyle for a long time. When people drag him, they may bring up, way back when, before he started losing weight. me. They dragged me for everything that I did when I first came on YouTube or first shared when I came on YouTube, which was years before I even came on YouTube. The stories that I shared. So it's like you're not dragging me for what I got going on right now. You're not dragging me for, so, or him or anybody, so it's just like I just clicked off because I was just like, for me, it was almost like he took what Shelly said when she got up on the panel and he used that as his basis to go into the point of we shouldn't be talking about Vegas Gate. Because hey Fifi, hey boo, Dolly, hey bestie. Because when Shelly went up there on the panel, she basically just said that she was just tired of people, like um we're talking about this show, we're talking about, basically we just keep on talking about history and things that have happened. So I don't know. And then when Brian says a lot of things, he says a lot of things and it's wrong. It's not even the right information. And then he'll come back and say, well, maybe I was wrong. Okay, and so what? But it's not and so what when you're talking about putting legal paperwork against people, because you got to be right. You got to have your facts straight when you're talking about court. It ain't no and so what. It's not, oh, I thought, or maybe I misheard or misspoke. It's no misspeaking. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when James says something about, with the lawsuit, there's the countersuit. And he's right, because it's like you'll file paperwork against somebody and try to sue somebody for something that you claim is being done to you. And then they can come back at you for everything that you did to them, especially for it not being true, because you don't have your facts straight. So it's like, when we come on here and we're dragging people for things that happened years before we were even interacting, and we're going off of hearsay, we should probably know exactly what we're talking about before we speak about it. Because, I mean, yeah, it's fun and games and you roasting. And I guess it seems like you don't got to be right, or you don't have to have your facts straight when you're trying to roast and gag and crack jokes on somebody. But when you go into talking about legal filings and things like that, you probably want to have your facts right. You probably do. And honestly, when you call yourself roasting somebody and basically you're just spreading lies, that's all you're doing, is really just spreading lies. There's nothing funny about that. Now, you can have your opinion on what you think about somebody. You can talk about their looks. You can talk about whatever opinion-based shit, and you can crack jokes and laugh and roast on stuff on that. But when you're talking about real life situations, people losing their jobs, their kids, sexual situations, housing situations, family situations, all of that kind of stuff, you should have your facts straight. Because outside of that, you're no better than the people that you're trying to talk about. So I'm about to take off to LA. Y'all stay greasy, hug your loved ones, and hope hope for no WW. Oh yeah, niece. Thank you, babe. Have a great day, babe. Hey T Royal Stars, how you doing, boo? Have a safe trip. Have a safe trip. April, I hate to be off topic, but when do you do your consistent? When you do your consistent financial videos, can you talk about NFTs? Yeah, Chanel, I will. All the information that I find out, I am going to share. I just want to be right. Like while I'm talking about stating facts and stuff, I just want to know what I'm talking about before I explain anything. So, but any research that I find out and that I know, is correct, then I am going to share it. Definitely going to share it. And, I'm hoping that will be very, very soon, in the coming couple of weeks, because that's like what I've been like focused on. I've been zeroed in on true crime and NFTs. And while you asking about that, and while Nee said hopefully no WW3, we need to keep a close eye on all of that, y'all, because that will have a huge impact on finances, the stock market, all of that stuff. Anything financial, of course, a war. And see, if we want to talk about that, I really just think that that was Russia's way. It was like an indirect hit at the U.S., obviously, because Ukraine is an ally of ours. So Russia wasn't going to, directly attack us. So they attacked somebody that, they know we are ally with. And I think it was an indirect hit on us. I don't even think that it was that serious with Ukraine. I just think that that was their move that he chose to make. He was definitely the aggressor, definitely took the first blow, and is trying to make them surrender already. Like, and the US loves to step in on other people's shit. So, let's just pray that things work out for the best. But as far as financial gains or losses, we really do got to keep our eye on that, because it could be awesome. It could be awesome for any type of investing and stuff like that. So we really got to keep our eye on that. Hey, Miss TR, how you doing, boo? My job has me going crazy, going to Memphis in 2 weeks. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Thank you, Miss TR. Thank you, babes. It was a warning shot. Most deaf. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Be a superstar. Hey, boo. I know I don't come on as much, but I've been trying. I've been trying to figure out some type of schedule that I can stick to, because y'all know I ain't good with that. But I've been trying. But I've been thinking about you because I've been wearing a pair of your lashes for the last 3 days, and I'm like, I gotta share her stuff, and I need to do a video and stuff like that. So I'm gonna come on camera tomorrow, get ready with me and stuff, and before, because I gotta go to the mall and do some little stuff or whatever. So I'm gonna come on before I get ready, and so I am gonna feature some of your lashes, and I appreciate you so very much. But yeah, I was just thinking about you earlier, so I'm glad you stopped through. So so yes, I thank everybody stopping through. I thank everybody for being here. What else did I want to talk about? Oh my God, y'all! Oh my God! So as far as Brian and James, James was actually y'all. Now listen, I'm just gonna say this before I move on. So I am gonna go back and listen to Brian's video later, but I didn't want to listen to his video before I said what I had to say. I mentioned the part that made me click off. Let me make my damn coffee so I can go upstairs and sit down, put my feet up, y'all. But I still love me some Brian. Ain't no love lost or nothing like that. I feel like Brian is a good person. I feel like he is a good person. He does have a good heart, but and I'm gonna go listen to some of his video. I'm gonna go, not some of it. I'm gonna go listen to the whole video, because I'm like, damn, what did Brian say this time, or what did he do this time? I'm in the chat like, damn, what the fuck he do? And then James was like, repeating stuff that he had said or whatever. Like he had dug up Lady P, and like, damn, when we just talking about people bringing up Lady P and beefs and whatever, and just different things or whatever. And I just feel like, I don't know. I don't even really know what the beef is about. I don't even know. I just think, here's what I'm gonna say. Before the beef even started, right? Brian come on. He said what he got to say. He started doing his live streams, blah, 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 whatever. And I feel like at some point, Brian got pushed to speak in opposition, and I feel like he got pushed to speak against James, because I feel like people kept saying he was scared of James, and he basically, like, he was backing down to James. And when it comes to men don't like their ego to be bruised. Men can be a little bit sensitive, and I'm not saying nothing against men, because I love me a man, okay? But I'm just saying that men have a sensitive side to them too, and when it comes to their ego, they really ain't trying to have that fucked with. So it's like, when you're doing anything in life, but you speaking on something, and all you hear is, are you scared of him? Or you keep backing down to him? Or you apologizing to him? And blah blah blah. It's like, man, fuck James. You know what I'm saying? At some point, it's like, man, I ain't scared of him. I ain't scared of no motherfucking James. I talk to him or talk about him like I talk about everybody else. And I think that's what it just got to him at some point, you know? And it's just like he just got to the point where he's like, man, let me say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? And whatever the consequences is, fuck it. I feel like that's where he got with it. I could be wrong, but that was just my observation of what happened prior to. And so for me, it's not even like no real beef outside of the fact that maybe Brian been feeling away and just finally expressing it, you know. But yeah, that's just what I feel like what happened. So anyway, you know, it's just I just feel like say what you gonna say, but whatever you gonna say, mean that shit. You know, should nobody, you know, ain't no backpedaling, you know, none of that. Whatever you come on here and say, stand in that shit, mean that shit, and know what the hell you talking about at the end of the day. Because, you know, when you come on and you say things in the name of stating your opinion, but you just flat out lying on somebody or making up stories or just repeating what you heard somewhere else, and then the person got to come back and straighten you out or whatever, you just end up looking crazy as hell. You know, if you come on and you say what you got to say and you know what the fuck you talking about and you making your points on it, they can't come back and really say shit. Except for, I mean, they can respond, but they can't just come on here and make you look crazy or, you know, just make you look like you don't know what the fuck you talking about because you knew what you was talking about. You know, so take some money out of the bank, have some cash on deck. Yes, 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 y'all. Don't have all your damn money in the bank. Let me tell you about investments, stocks, putting your money in banks. These financial institutions use our money to make their moves. They don't got all that cash or all that money to do what they need to do. Just they don't have it. They wouldn't have it if everybody wasn't putting their money in a financial institution. That's why if you remember when the pandemic first hit, what happened? The banks was limiting how much money you could take out. The banks couldn't even give you your cash. So get ahead of the game. Because when that pandemic hit, there was a shortage in coins. The banks wouldn't let you, they was limiting people to like $200 that you could take out. ATMs didn't have no money in it. Some of the, places was only taking cards. Wouldn't even let you spend cash. So yeah, make sure that you got your money, okay? Just make sure you're able to get hands on your money and not just whatever they allowing you to have. It's your money at the end of the day. And you should be able to take out whatever the hell you want to take out. I was following a guy on Instagram while I still am following him, and he had went to the bank to go take out $100,000, and they was telling him it was gonna take like up to 5 days. And he was like, I want to do something with this money now. Like, I got millions in this bitch and I can't get $100,000. Like, what the fuck? And they was like, he had to go like to the upper thing. He had to threaten to close his account, all types of shit, because he couldn't get his money out. And it's just like, the fuck, if I want to take out every dollar right now, I should be able to. It's mine, so pack of chicken, $20. There is still a coin shortage. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And yeah, and inflation is crazy as hell. It's just crazy. It's crazy, and I really don't think it's gonna get better. No, it's always gonna get worse before it gets better. It will get better. And I do think that some people could win off of this time if you do it right. If you time it right, do it right. Just like the pandemic, when it first hit, a lot of people won, because they was just ready. You got to be ready. That's what I've learned. You got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to make the move. So just be ready. Have your ducks in a row, whether if it's cash on hand or whether it's, absent. What the fuck? Is that Pac-Man over there? Pac-Man! What the fuck? Hold on, y'all. Pac-Man! Pac-Man! over here. I know you was over there trying to. I know you get in here. I know you was over there trying to play. Y'all, there's 3 damn dogs over there. He all like, girl, I don't got time, okay? Because he be acting like he don't know if he want to play or bite some damn body. Ooh, that's the last thing I damn need is a damn lawsuit on a damn dog. Lord Jesus. Almost $5 there. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've started prepping and buying extra non-perishable seeds to plant stuff, batteries, little at a time. Folks better wake up. Yeah. The thing is, and even watching videos, y'all, we be watching all this beef sector shit. Y'all start watching shit or listening to things that are going to help you prepare for if some shit go down. And you got to be in a closed space for a week, 2 weeks, a month. Okay? Like, that's how we got to start thinking. You know, going back to shit that we tools by hand and batteries and shit, you know, stuff that can't be plugged up, and the foods, all that kind of stuff, like survival skills. Because the further and further generations are away from back in the day when so much was done by hand, the further and further away we get from that, the more we are, you know, programmed to not know how to do it. We don't know how to plant things. We don't know how to survive off of, you know, without toilets and without running water and without, you know, electricity and all of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we really need to start looking at things and really learning how to survive, you know, if we didn't have none of this shit. If it's just you and the earth, you know, and whatever you got on hand. You know, even with you know, getting like containers of water, like gallons of water, you know, starting to buy, you know, spring water and stuff like that, you know, and like Lisa said, like seeds to plant, even with you know, foods that we eat, you know, we're cutting the seeds out, we throw the seeds away, or even we eat them, you know, like in a banana, we eat the whole thing. We can scrape those seeds out of there and we can grow our own, like, you know, so you don't even have to buy seeds. You can just, from peppers and things that you like, slice up, save those seeds, plant them right away. You know, so we just, you know, we talked about that stuff before. There's a lot of people, a lot of us are doing that. I haven't started yet. You know, we talk about it and I don't do a lot of stuff that I talk about. I'm just being honest. But for those of you that do, I always think about a lot of the stuff. Like, I always have like such great ideas and stuff like that. And there's little time that I put action behind it because I'm just so caught up in my regular routine every day. And I just think like what is a person's purpose? Like, is sometimes our purpose just to, even though like if we don't do things ourselves, to like spread information. Like sometimes I feel like even though I don't do things myself, at least I spread the information for other people to do it. So if there's other people that, you know, take the ideas that I give out and they apply them to their life and it works for them, like that's a great thing. But I mean, really, you know, people should put action behind what they speak about, and that's just real. But I don't know. I think about that sometimes. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's almost like a motivational speaker. Like, you have these people who get rich, like, and they just, I mean, they sell out arenas and they just talk all that good shit. And then it'll be some big ass scandal and they got sex slaves and stealing and all types of shit be going on. And it's like, these motherfuckers ain't nothing like what the fuck they was talking about. But they might have helped your life. They might have helped you. But they wasn't living that shit. I don't know, y'all. I'll be thinking about shit like that. Yes, I can drop the link. Surely can. Oh, so yeah, so it's a mess, y'all. It's a mess. Mona and Dory is a mess. Lord Jesus, we'll talk about that in a minute too, because that's what's going to be my next thing. Like, these people is crazy. Again, I ain't telling nobody don't build no relationships offline. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an antisocial ass bitch that I be trying to, it's like I want the relationships and stuff like that, but I just haven't like found it in me to like put the effort behind it because I just don't trust people. I just really don't. But I need to, but I just don't. But so I'm not saying people be like me, but all I'm saying is when I see shit like this go down on the internet, especially on YouTube, I'll be like, see, I done made the right decision. That's why I don't be fucking with nobody because this shit be crazy as hell. It's like everybody is just a damn setup. They just be doing shit to set you up, and then they'll set you up and put it out, and then they'll set you up again, and you fall for it again. Or are the people being set up? Or is it all just for a show? Because they know it's gonna get people's attention and they go get some views and some attention off of it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Hey, pretty lady.
Hey, Miss TR, how you doing, babe?
I don't usually ask to come up on your platform, but I just want to give you and your listeners some information. And
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
got a big backyard, and you could start doing something with your grandchildren. I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you, and I'm not being religious or anything like that, but I seen this coming when I got sick with, the big 19, and then I had COVID-19 when it first came out. And
Yeah.
then I ended up with, the Omicron as well. And I was vaccinated.
Oh
So,
no.
yes, I was 100. I'm going for my boosters next week. But to my understanding, that it would have been a lot worse if I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
vaccinated. The first one, I had me so sick. I ended up with left lung pneumonia. But that's not the reason why I'm coming on here. People who get vaccinated because that's your choice.
Yeah.
However, those,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a woman of maturity, as you can see when looking at my picture. So
Mm-hmm.
I lived in the times where we were doing basics, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of you young people don't know the basics of survival. You don't.
Yeah. Right.
You're so spoiled to have things
Yep.
at your hands. You're able to go to Sonic, you're able to go to here, you go there, and it's wasteful money. For one, the reason why the banks don't want you pulling out your money, because that's how they're able to stay open and turn over your money. The
Yeah.
reason why that 2 years ago, because of the virus when it first hit, people didn't want to handle the money because they were afraid of germs. So that's why they wanted you to use the card. They just didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
handle with money at all. It didn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
However, to your listeners, I beseech everyone, even if you just have a little terrace, start a little garden. Start,
Mm-hmm.
do have a yard, like you have a yard. You might have to
Mm-hmm.
put a little fence over a little closed-in area just for Pac-Man to do his business, but the rest of stuff he can't because dog poop
Mm-hmm.
contains stuff that it's not like horse or chicken or something like a fertilizer. Cat
Yeah.
and dogs, their stuff, their feces is not good
Yeah.
at
Oh
all.
no.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
but you can
Yeah.
start a garden with your grandchildren and use it as a project and start teaching them. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
those who are listening. If you're able to, I don't care if you just do a tomato and do something to start learning. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, when I was telling people and my neighbors and some of my friends, look, y'all, we got something that's getting ready. I don't know what it is, but something's gonna hit, and we're getting diseases, and people are acting crazy. People are killing one another. They're cooped up in the house where, they're almost like in jail and they're losing their minds and all this other stuff we're seeing more and more. But you guys are so embedded and listening to what's going on in certain sectors, which is really nothing but negative. It's never
Right.
anything positive. But you forget that there's another world outside that. And you're kind of like lost in not knowing what the current events are. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
know you pay attention to it because you're always giving updates, which is good for those who don't go looking for it. And it's good that you
Mm-hmm.
educate. But I'm telling you guys, we're living in some crazy days, and only the strong is going to survive. And knowledge is power. And if you don't have that knowledge and that wisdom, you will sink like sinking sand. And then there's going to be robbing Peter to pay Paul. And then you might end up doing things that you normally wouldn't be doing. And
Right.
I told my neighbors about, well, this now. I've been for over 3 years, I've been doing the garden. And each
Yeah.
year I get better and better at it. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I really got good at it now to the point where I was growing watermelons in my little garden.
Yes.
Yes, and I was, and yeah, and I live in New Jersey. I
Okay.
got snow just like you do. I got, and you know where I grew my stuff in? I took tires, car tires. My granddaughter painted them yellow to draw the bees, and I
Mm-hmm.
would fill dirt and cow manure, and I was able to do my garden, and it made it look like art because of the colored tires. But I'm able to grow herbs. I had mint, I had rosemary, I had thyme, I had
Yeah.
tomatoes, I had cucumbers, I had what I say, the watermelon. What else did I have? Oh, strawberries. I had
Yeah.
basil. These are the things that you could do. And
Yeah.
I brought my sister. It was like 1 pound of yeast, instant
Mm-hmm.
yeast. Back then, it was
Mm-hmm.
like $4. It's almost anywhere from $7 to $10 a bag now, because
Mm.
to a point that we have over 200 ships out to sea, and a lot of that stuff is being dumped in the ocean because it went bad and everything. The food supplies, they
Yes.
can't get it
I was
over here.
thinking about that. And even because I'm like, and that's another reason to support local also, because
Hmm.
when we're getting these things shipped, our food and fruits, veggies, whatever, shipped from across the waters, and shipping is being held off, things are being, I mean, fruit, you got to think like that stuff starts to die as soon as it's plucked from its veins. As soon as it's
And if
plucked from
it's
the root,
in,
it's starting
and
to lose its life source is gone. Just like when a baby gets cut from the umbilical cord.
right,
So
right.
it's
If it
starting
stops
to go
floating.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like if we're getting it, it's already being shipped over here on, and then for it just to sit there. But see, they like put these dyes in it, like inside watermelons, they inject it with red dye, they give it baths and like green dye, and they do these things that they can do to try to prolong it a little bit. So even if it does get held up in shipping, then the stores can still sell it. If you notice, by the time you buy something from the store, a lot of times it's going bad like within a few days of
Yeah,
you
'cause by the
buying it.
time you
Maybe
get
at
home,
least
you'll
within
be
that
like,
week it's over.
right. Because by the time you get home, you'll be like, I just bought it. How did it go bad? Because
Right,
it took 10 days for it to even get to you.
right.
But
Yes.
when you start to buy your groceries, people, buy stuff that has seeds. Like if you buy, she fell off. If you buy, like peppers and it has seeds, take the seeds, take them, put them in a paper towel, let them dry out, and put them in a plastic bag. Save it because you can reuse it to regrow. But I'm telling you, start going back to basics. Use less of the microwave, for real. Less of the microwave. Do bread. I did when we first had the pandemic, when people couldn't even get milk. I did a video on how to do rice milk. One cup of rice gave me 2.5 gallons of milk. One
Oh
cup of
wow.
rice. You could
Now
use
that's interesting.
oatmeal. Yeah, the oats that you get. Try to
Hmm.
stock up even if you go to food pantries. Find out where the food pantries are. Government is giving out a lot of stuff. You just got to know where to hook up.
Right.
Go,
Right.
go, go, and
Yeah.
don't be so prideful that you can't stand on the line. You can stand on the
Hmm.
line for those red bottom shoes or that pocketbook you want.
Hmm.
Go and get the food and store. And
Hmm.
don't tell people what you're doing because when the poop hits the fan and they know you got, believe me, if they know that you got, they're gonna be knocking on your door. Because my
Oh
neighbor said,
yeah.
"Oh, get Miss TR. Well, we get like that. We know we could come to your house and get." And I looked at him. I said, "You got to be kidding me. I'm telling you what to do.
Yeah.
And do it
But people
now."
don't want to do it. People don't want to do it. I mean, that's why I said like I'm honest, I do need to start, and I'm trying to adjust. my routine just for
But you
everything that
know
I
what,
gotta do. But
April? One thing I
mhm,
seen about you watching your channel, you like to cook, and I see
yeah,
that you cook. You could just tweak it a little bit and do more natural.
mhm,
Instead of buying your bread, make your bread. It's easy.
mhm,
It's 3 simple steps, man. 3 steps. You don't have to do a whole bunch of kneading. You can do Austrian bread. Matter of fact, if you learn how to fix bread and somebody else who don't know, don't you know that's a hustle? When
yeah,
things go
that's
wrong,
true.
that's a
Yeah, I
hustle.
just made some banana bread last weekend. I made some loaves of banana bread. I want to do some zucchini, but just regular bread, period. Yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
mean, you're right. You're right. I do, and I do. I love to cook. Like that's my thing. Like I love to be in the kitchen and
yeah,
cook
and
and
do
get
that. And you know
everybody.
the bread. You notice that the bread is not up on the shelves. You know why the bread's not up on the shelves? It's
Mm,
because the company see your like ShopRite, Pathmark, or whatever store focus you have. They don't load
mhm.
up the bread. They have a vendor that comes and does it. Like if it's Wonder Bread comes and does it. And if they're
Right.
not getting the truckloads in or whatever it is, they can't load it up. So, but you know what? They all have preservatives in it. If you don't like
Right.
making the bread or you're afraid to do, invest in a bread machine. With bread
Yes.
machine, you put
Hmm.
everything in it, close it up, do it before you go to bed the next morning. You got fresh bread that's all
Yeah.
warm waiting for you. You can get
Yep.
a bread machine for under $60.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Because I actually because there was a great sale at Macy's had a really good sale for this past President's Day and whatever. And yeah, they had a bunch of nice appliances like half off and
Yeah. Can you imagine if
yeah,
you
and
bread
hmm
twice out of the day, put it in a plastic, and sold it to your neighbor for like $5, and it only costs you, $1.50 to make, and it's fresh, no
hmm
preservatives, no nothing. You can put
yeah,
whatever you want in it, rosemary, garlic, whatever, and it's
right,
healthier for you. And then you start
yeah,
feeding, eating better with your family.
yeah,
Tomatoes, cucumbers, certain things that are common, and you don't have the seeds. Go to Dollar Tree, get four for a
mhm,
dollar. It's still a dollar. Four for a
yep,
dollar and throw it.
yep,
Even if you do it for fun, and believe me, it'll take some of the stress out. If you have grandchildren, it'll help, it'll help them to value certain things. When there was no
hmm,
milk, what did you do? People just went without. However, there's oat milk,
yeah,
rice milk, there's almond milk, although I think almond milk is too expensive because the almonds are expensive. But if you got a
yeah,
of plain oatmeal that you could, and I'm not talking about the kind that has the cinnamon and all, I'm talking regular oats.
right, regular oats, yeah.
You take a cup of that will make like 2 gallons of milk.
Oh
You cook,
wow,
oh
I had
yeah,
no idea about that. Like, of course we can buy it, but I really never thought. Now the milk is the one thing I've never thought about making. Get up from out in front of my heater. My bad, y'all. He just loves my
yeah.
heater.
I showed on my channel. I took 1 cup of rice and made 2.5 gallons of milk.
That
After
is
I
so
cook the
awesome.
rice until it gets like, like a mush,
Yeah.
you put it in a blender with some water, and then you have the consistency as you want. You can put vanilla flavor in it, whatever flavor you could do it, or you just have it
What?
plain. You could do whatever
I
you
had
want.
no idea. I'm surprised my daughter ain't said nothing about that. That's all she
Yeah,
uses oat milk.
rice milk is
Rice
expensive on the
milk and
counter,
almond
and
milk and
yeah, and the
wow. And I got a
oatmeal.
bunch of almonds. I got a whole brand new bag of almonds. I don't like almonds. My mom bought me almonds because I put nuts in my oatmeal every day. But
But
I don't like
the
almonds.
almond milk is easy, April. You soak them overnight. Then
Mhm.
after you soak them and they get that brown stuff off of them, you just rub
Yeah.
that brown coating up off it. You throw it in the blender with some water and you let it run. It makes milk. It's so easy,
Wow.
but it's
Wow.
easy when you know how. And but see, because I'm a woman of age, I know how to do all this because with us, it was like we learned how to do homemaker stuff. We were
Yes.
raised that way, where
Yep.
now, the younger generation are more
Mhm.
computerized and stuff like that. Where during
Yeah.
my day, I could knit, I could cook, I could crochet, I know how to sew, I know how to do needlepoint. I know because you weren't considered a woman unless you knew how to do those things. But going
Hmm.
back to basics as much as you can, try to use less of your microwave because we had to have
Yeah, you know
a
what?
microwave
Yes, yes, yes,
mentality.
yes. And you know what? Let me just say hi to a couple people in the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna say something real quick. Hey, Forever Lisa, how you doing, babes? Hey,
Hey,
Melissa, I'm using my mug right now. Thank you so much, babes. I'm using my mug. That's so funny you came in the chat because I had just got your mug out of the cabinet when I seen you pop in. And Tanya, hey boo. So let me tell you real quick, Miss TR, about the microwave situation. I I was just telling my son because he just did his college tour the other day, the day before yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, we looked at housing because him and his friend went." And I'm like, "Housing?" I said the agreement was that because me and him we discussed, like I talked to my son about investments and the
Mhm,
world and money and entrepreneurship. And I mean, me and him, like he's 17, and me and him, we talk like my 27-year-old should be talking, right? Which I do talk
mhm.
to her like that too now, but it's just I can just talk to him about finances and business, and he's just right there with me, right? So it's
You
like,
pour, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You pour into your kids.
yes. And he
Hmm.
tells me things that he knows about, and I tell him, "Did you know about this? And we got to get on this and stuff." So he's always, now the high school that he goes to, we picked the high school because of college, right?
Hmm.
So he had got picked out. He was playing football. It was only his 1 year that he played football in the eighth grade. And, so they're out there scouting for, high school. So him and two of his best friends had got chosen. They got invited to come to this school. It's a Catholic high school, and it's like the biggest in the region for football. Okay, that's just their thing. So I mean, they tailgate like college and pro football. They really do. It's
Hmm.
crazy.
Hmm.
But anyway, the main thing was the college, and so the whole thing was okay. This will be an investment in him because his college will be paid for with his
Hmm.
academics and his sportsmanship. He'll be able to pick whatever college he wants. And
Great.
that was the thought process when he entered into the school. So first he got chosen for the football, but then once he took the placement exam, he scored in the top 3%. And so that got him to, they was like, he didn't even need an interview or anything. He was just in, but they did things for formality. So I'm like, cool. So this is where we started. And then he had his football injury. He had an injury to his kidney very early on, and it kind of scared him. And he couldn't go to the play for the next year. And then the third year, junior year, was COVID, so that
Hmm.
canceled that out. And now he's a senior, so sports is out. So sports is out, and now his whole mindset. And then just with everything with the pandemic, just everything.
Hmm.
Entrepreneurship has been big for a few years now, but even more so since the pandemic hit. And he's just expressing like he really doesn't even want to go to college anymore. He doesn't want to start his adulthood in debt, owing the school, all that kind of stuff. So I'm telling
Okay.
him, I said, well, college is good for one main reason, and that is because you go into school to at least, even if it's just the basic business degree, right?
Hmm.
You're learning what they're learning, right? Because in entrepreneurship or any type of business, not only do you go in with what you're good at or what you're trying to do, but you have to know how they learn. And
Hmm.
you got to learn what they know for you to be able to work with
So
people,
for one, so they
so
can't get over on you. For one.
right. So I told him, I said, well, I can help you to get through it without any debt. Because if you listen to me, then we'll do it in a way that, you won't owe any debt. And basically that's just, you apply for funding, but whatever grants they give you and whatever scholarships you are approved for, you just only take classes that will pay for, and you don't take any of the loans. So I'm explaining that to him, and I'm like, we'll get it done. And if you can at least just start off, go to a community college. Another thing is you'll go to a community college. You won't go to a university because of cost. So we'll be cost effective. We'll go based off of the free money that you get, and we'll go from there. And if you at least go for a business degree and you get that, and then you can choose after that if you want to go any further. And so that's what we agreed on. So he's going to go to a 2-year community college. We're going
Mm-hmm.
to go get that done. He's going to get a business degree, and then he'll see how, we'll see where he's at after that. But anyway, so the agreement was that he will stay home also for the first year of school. He will stay home because that will keep costs back. That will allow him to, focus on school, work, whatever, saving, and just getting into the adult life and stuff like that. But he's telling me he looked at housing and all. Well, I'm gonna do this, and well, because I can always come back home. And I said, but see, that's what you're not trying to do. You don't want to move out and then come back. You want to stay and start it off right. And then once you move out, you don't have to look back because you're good
Mm-hmm.
and you can keep going. Now, I'm not saying you can't if you just need to, but I'm just saying that this is supposed to be a plan that we're doing. But but with that, we were talking about microwave, whatever. We were talking about all kinds of things. And I'm talking to him about, because I was just thinking one day, like, like I sleep with my phone, like under my pillow. Like, that's not good. Like, number one, we need to keep our electronics off. I need mine because I need my alarm. And this is my phone is like, I don't have a clock or alarm clock in my room or whatever, which I should, because the idea is that, especially if you're not a morning person, you have an alarm clock. It's away from your bed so that you actually have to get up out of the bed to get to it. And that way it'll stop you from hitting the snooze button. Just a little tip for those that are not morning people like me. But I don't have one. So anyway, I use my phone for my alarm, but sleeping with it in the bed and that radiation, like being towards your body and your head and brain and stuff, 24 hours a day, you already got it in your hand or close to you all throughout the day. But then all those hours that you're asleep, it's like right there, right there at your head. That radiation is real. Okay. And then they keep on trying to up it 4G, 5G, all that bullshit. So we really shouldn't have these devices near us for as much as we do. So don't sleep with
Mm-hmm.
it in your bed. And then the microwave, not only does it put radiation off into the air, but it's also into your food. Whatever you're eating it.
Right, right. And the risk of and I'm a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah.
And it's like all these poisons that go into our body, and it's all because of greed of money, and we feed into it. So if
Mm-hmm.
we could just like cut off just a little bit some of that stuff, we have this microwave mentality. We want things now. Everything has to be now.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you're going to heat up your food, why don't you just put it like the old fashioned way? Put it in the oven. If not, put it on top of a stove with a pot of hot water underneath it with a little lid and let it steam.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in a steamer, to do
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Not only that, the quality of the food will taste better. Two, all the
Yeah.
vitamins won't be out of the food, and you
Yep.
won't be surcharging your brain because you're young. You may not
Yep.
feel it now, but when you become my age, all of a sudden it's like, oh, you got brain cancer, or
Man,
you
that's what
got
I was
breast
thinking.
cancer,
Yeah.
or all the stuff that's going on in your body, that all these electrons that are going against the natural electrons in our body, and they don't know how to fight things off, and then our immune system drops, and we're wondering what the heck is going on. And we're
Mm-hmm.
living such a fast-paced life, and living a fast-paced life also slows, speeds up your mortality as well. So we just
Absolutely.
have to try to, people, I know I may seem a little corny and old fashioned, but just try to go back just a little bit. And right now we're going to war, honey. We can't even handle a doggone hurricane, all right? Let alone going to war.
Listen,
Okay.
listen. I mean, honestly, I don't know how much attention Russia been paying to the United States, but not much. He must be going off a hearsay about the old US, because we ain't been handling our own shit, let alone he probably could have hit us direct and
Well, you guys also have to
And
realize he was in friends in cahoots, buddies with the former president.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
let's other president hasn't
and
been.
listen, and he just made this move, and who's supposed to be going to court real soon here?
Mhm. And not only that, I think right now we're kind of like, and I could be wrong. It's just my opinion that we're
Hmm.
a little bit of a loose link. You know, the weakest link. Because for one,
Hmm.
we're still trying to get out of Afghanistan and all that. Look at all the troops that we lost. So we have less men and
Yeah,
stuff to even go over there. Plus, a lot of people passed away from this virus that we had that took over us. All right.
yeah.
You got Korea in cahoots with Russia, which Korea has
Mhm.
been waiting to eat us up with the nuclear
Oh yeah,
stuff.
oh
And then you
yeah,
got Russia with so it's like I believe they're trying to tag team because we're at our weakest right now. We've lost so much with the other war that we were in, plus
yeah.
with the natural disasters that we've been going through and the sicknesses that have taken us. And Russia didn't have the kind of like they got the virus, but it didn't take them like it did us.
You know it didn't. It didn't. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they should have handled it like we did, and like China and everybody and a lot of the other countries. Because we just did whatever. Okay, like we didn't have any uniform policy to handle it. It was just every state was allowed to just handle it however, according to whatever their numbers were, however it was affecting them individually. In the meantime, people are traveling, going and coming, and it was just a mess with Russia, with China, with a lot of the other countries. They had a uniform policy. It was locked down. Everybody was under the same rule, and and then they handled it that way, and everybody was doing everything at the same time the same way. And with us, we was just having a free for all.
Right, and even China locked it down and put in
Yeah,
control, but we became free willy and still free willy because I read
yeah.
that the CDC says that you can take your mask off in closed places. I'm like, what? That's the main places where you get sick out. Are you kidding me? What is this, a setup?
Mm-mm.
You know,
A
it's like I'm
setup.
like, yeah,
Exactly. Because they know that we don't want to follow no damn direction anyway. Or we're free. It's a democracy. And that's all true and fine. But damn, when our best interest is that hard, like, damn, can you? And that's the thing. That is the whole point in having a leader of the country, whether we're a democracy or not. You should be able to call shots as needed when needed. And they just did not do that. It was, well, no, I'm not going to tell you, let me put it off on the governors of each state or whoever. And everybody just did their own thing instead of somebody taking responsibility and saying,
and
no,
saying
this is the way that we're going to do it. And this is how it's going to be
like
handled.
right, like with the other countries. But see, we had a president then that just didn't care. He was just
True.
like me. So a lot of people want to blame the president of today, and whatever your
Hmm.
choices are, that's your choices. But you got to
Yeah.
remember, each president marries into something that they just have to try to fix. And we were so
That's
messed
true.
up.
That's true.
Well,
But you
we
know what?
didn't. Mm-hmm.
I would say that I don't know, Biden's personality kind of gives me the same vibe. Like I don't know if he would have handled it any different. Like I think Trump fucked it up when like how it very first happened, because he knew about it
Mm-hmm.
long before he acted like he
Oh
knew anything
yeah,
about it. And he just didn't take action right away. So he did a lot of things wrong when it first happened, and when and everything. But even with Biden's personality, I don't even feel like he would like take a stand and say no, like this is how we're gonna handle it. I don't know.
I don't
Um,
know.
but either way, I
Because
just feel like it's just messed up. Like, and it's like
it is
no.
messed up. And, and
Mm-hmm.
and not so much that I'm caping for him, but even the
Mm-hmm.
fact when he said it was mandatory for everyone to wear a mask or else, they started
Mm-hmm.
bringing Supreme Court and everything up against him. And it's like,
Yeah.
I think everybody, like, they sit there and usually it's the people of red, not so much as the blue. You're
Mm-hmm.
taking away my rights. Well, you know what? You're taking away my rights to live by not wearing a mask. You're making a choice for me.
Yeah. That.
You're
Yeah.
making You're making that
Yeah.
choice to say if it's okay for me to die or not. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Hmm.
and like by you wearing a mask, you have nothing to lose but to keep from germs from going way to way. But with you
Exactly.
not wearing a mask, it's going to cause problems not only for yourself but for others around you.
Yeah.
And their logic doesn't even make sense. It's like if you're going in an operating room and a doctor went in the operating room without being washed up with gloves, a mask on, you'd be like, "Yo, whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't need you contaminating me." Well, it's the
Right.
same talking thing. Come
Right.
on,
Yeah, I
all
think
this
the
has been
mask
under
thing,
control.
the mask thing was not, it's not like the vaccine that's inserting something in your body. And yes, you should have a choice on what goes in your body or not, and then the vaccine doesn't even stop you from getting it. Yes, they do say, the
It's to
symptoms
keep
can be
you
a
from
lot worse
getting it that bad
and
because
things
I
like
have
that.
both and I got sick.
Okay.
Okay. The first one
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't have
And
the
see, now
vaccine,
they're
but the
saying
second
now
one I got.
they're saying that we're gonna have to be like a fourth booster. And like now it's like a four, you're
Yeah,
all the
because
way
of
up to
the
the fourth
yes,
one.
because of the Delta, because of the Omicron Delta.
So yeah, so I'm
But the
good on that. I
country is
haven't
not
had one, and I'm good on it. But as far as the mask goes, like everybody should just wear the mask. The mask should have been mandatory. Lockdown should have been mandatory. I feel like for 6 months, they should have just given like a mass stipend to every household. Like that. I just think for the first 6 months of the pandemic, like it should have been shut the hell down. People, if you absolutely have to run your business or huge companies, they would work from home and outside of hospitals and things like that. But I just feel like travel shut down, people shut down, schools shut down, businesses outside of medical shut down, and you know there should have been like a monthly allowance for all households outside of that or that qualify for that or whatever. And that's just
yeah,
how it
but
should have been for the first six
now we're
months at least.
screwed. Now we're screwed. Everybody's screwed. And it's going to start hitting the people. The domino, see what it is. It was all okay because the people higher up, it hasn't affected them. But once it starts
Mhm.
affecting, as they consider all the peasants, then they have no one that control because we're the ones, as they consider the peasants, are holding up the country. We're the ones that are working. We're the ones doing that. But once we lose our grip,
Mhm.
then you don't have no scaffolds. You have no scaffolds to hold up the building. So now it's
Right.
going to affect you. And it's going to
Yeah.
come to a point where money ain't going to mean nothing. You can have the money like it was during the Depression day of my mother and my
Yeah.
grandmother. That you
Mhm.
can have the money, but money ain't going to mean nothing.
It ain't
Nothing.
gonna be nothing because there ain't gonna be nothing to buy.
No, no, no. So I just tell your listeners, please start going
Mhm.
to the homesteaders, start learning how to can, start learning how
Mhm.
to do little things because you know what? It'll help you through this, not only for your family,
Mhm.
but you can make your money because you could barter. You could barter if you made a loaf of bread or you did canning, even if you canned the stuff that you got in the
Mhm.
supermarket. It's like, all
Mhm.
right, they got peaches that don't look so good. They're all bruised up. I might get a whole bag for a dollar whole. Get those peaches, can them, get
Mhm.
them, make your own vinegar, get those, and then honey, use it as a hustle. A
Oh,
hustle.
loving my hair. You see that the queen got caught COVID, and they hurried up and said she was gone. I was like, dang.
Yeah, but she wasn't dead, right? That was a
No,
hoax, right?
no, that was a rumor, but it was just like, dang, they ain't even they didn't even give her a
They didn't let
chance
her
to
be
get over it. They didn't even
right.
give her 14
She
days
got
to
sick a
five
few
days, and
days
that's
later.
it.
They had her dead, right? Because I
Right.
believed it. I was like, oh my God, she's dead that quick.
Yeah,
And then I
that's what I.
read that. then I read it was a
Oh my
hoax.
God. I said they hurried
I'm
up
like,
and just wrote her off. Like, dang.
"Mm."
Who said I
So I
can't?
had to Google it.
Yes, the mask. Well, okay, so you said, but doesn't your mask work? My thing is, I don't know. I feel like it's worth a chance to not spread germs. You're not spreading any and you're not getting any. That's what I feel about the mask versus the vaccine. And because the vaccine is just, you're going to get it, but it's not going to be that bad. I mean, the mask, I feel like you could just possibly not get it at all because you're not breathing in the germs, and then if you have it, you're not spreading them either. So I feel like the mask should not have been disputed. And yes, in Ohio, it is considered a medical device, but it's not something that's being inserted into your bloodstream or inserted into your body. So I feel like it should not have been disputed the way that the vaccine
People
is.
are making such an uproar about it. You know, germ spirit. For one, I'm gonna let you know the virus comes in through the nose, not even so much the mouth. You
Yeah.
breathe those, it goes up in your, and it goes up in where your sinus, your head, your brain, and it's able to travel. Okay.
Hey.
However, like I
hmm
said, just like when you're in an operating room, the doctor wears that mask to avoid the germs, to keep the
I
joints
mean,
from
that's a
hitting the
perfect
patient's
example
body.
right there. Before the pandemic even hit, in factories, they wear masks to
Mhm.
stop from breathing in all of those chemicals and dust and all that kind of stuff.
Right, because
In
they
the
use that for
hospitals,
asbestos.
they're wearing masks. Nail
Mm-hmm.
techs wear masks. Like, it's they were already available because they're being used for, not so much for um in hospitals for germs, yes, but in other places for, like for you not to breathe stuff in. The only thing was it was also stopping you from breathing things out into the air also. So they were already created for a reason,
Mm-hmm. They were
you
using
know.
it for asbestos.
Yes. So I think that was just the best way to go. And I just feel like for the first 6 months, I just think if we would have handled it way differently, I think I don't even know if it would still be affecting us as it is today. Um I don't think it would. I don't think we would still be like considered in a pandemic, because even still right now today we're still considered in a pandemic.
Right. Well,
And it's
China
2 years
used the
later.
mask for a long time, and they got it under control.
Yeah, because they shut everything down right away. As soon as that shit got out, boom, they shut it down. Then where did people go? Australia shut down. Russia shut down. I think the place
Switzerland.
where it
Sweden.
Switzerland shut down. I think Spain
Right.
was one of the countries that didn't
Mm-hmm.
handle it as well. They were affected very badly by it. Um and the US, and I don't know, but I know Spain was terrible. Like they were doing terrible, especially their second round. Like it was bad over there. And yeah, but and here, like we're still, I haven't even looked up other countries right now to see who is actually still considered in a pandemic. I don't know if any other country even is. I think it's just us. Like I really don't even know if there's any other country that is still considered in the pandemic right now. I think it's just us. Does somebody know that? Or I'm just gonna look that up and see, because that's
All
crazy.
I
If
hear
we're
is
if the
us.
U.S. is
I
the
don't
only
hear
one,
about nobody else dying, but it's people in the U.S.
yeah, like
That's
are we
all
just
I
the
hear.
only ones that are still? I'm about to look it up because that's
You
a
know what?
shame.
I'm gonna tell you how serious it is. Your grandbaby was born around the same time my great grandbaby. You know the baby got it too,
Huh?
and they
The baby
didn't.
got it.
Yeah, the baby got it right along with me. The Omicron. Yeah,
Oh my god.
we both had it, and
Oh
they wouldn't give her no medicine, talking about she was too young. It took
wow.
us 3.5 weeks. I walked the floor with myself with fever and everything with that baby, us confined to one room, so we didn't get anyone else sick. I was so sick with it. And I walked that floor with that baby with fever, her crying, eyes sealed closed because of all the colds. Her nose, it was horrible for her little body. And the only
Oh
thing they
my
said I
god.
could give her for fever was Tylenol. I walked that floor. I said, I don't understand. She's coughing, hacking like she had the whooping cough. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't. It was, all I could do is do what they said and pray, and we were able to get through it, but it was horrible. So it's hitting babies. Don't let it think them say, oh, they're too young, they're too, no. She was 8 months old.
Wow.
She's 9
Yeah.
now. She was eight
Well,
months old. I don't know how we trying to
one of
handle
my
this.
one of my aides that I have at my job, she right around Christmas break, she had called off because she had it. and then she has young kids. So I think her youngest is either 2 or 3, and then all the kids got it. Like even the youngest had got it. It just went through her
Mhm.
household from her husband, her husband, and all the kids, just one by one. It's like when one was over it, the next the next person in the household had it, and she's still out right now. She said her middle child, who already had was diagnosed with asthma, is still
Mhm.
doing breathing treatments and still like on a breathing machine and stuff like that. So she isn't even back at work yet, and that was Christmas break.
Yeah, I
And
got it. I got it.
yeah.
We got sick December 27th,
Mm.
and we got over it a couple of weeks ago.
Rhea, you said China is still doing bad. But you know what? I'm gonna say this about China. China is disease infested anyway. China is overpopulated. The foods that they eat, they're scrambling to even be able to feed everybody over there. Like China
Look,
is
look, they
still
eat
in
rats,
the phase
which is
where they
horrible. They
huh?
eat rats, which is horrible. Rodents.
Yeah, they eat rat, they eat, rodents and stuff like that. And I mean, they're still like in a phase where they make you get rid of like your babies, if the firstborn isn't a boy, because to cut down population, and they feel like, yeah, so they're,
Yeah,
I don't know. So I can believe
they have
that.
child control.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely believe that. But that's a damn shame. That's a
Yeah, but if we can all just focus on trying to go to, back to basics, talk to grandma, she's
Mhm.
still, and find out what she did or what was happening when she was a little girl. Start
Mhm.
looking at
Mhm.
these homesteaders. And all these homesteaders are not just Caucasian. Right away, we say, oh, yeah, the Caucasian. No, honey, there's a lot of African American that are living off the grid, okay? And they're telling you, they're going out and they're showing you what the shelves look like. They've been giving
Yeah,
warnings
it's
for over
it's
2 years.
being more and more to where people are really becoming they're really like shutting down their lifestyles, as far as like they're really becoming minimalist. And
Mhm.
even if they are not like living off the land, they're not living in excess, and really just trying to go back to the basics and stuff like that. I think a lot of people are, because they're just really trying to be smarter about their money, where they're spending it, what they're putting in their bodies. So it's not by color at all. It's just by people as a whole. And I just feel like it really just, it just starts in your own household, and the more that you do it and the people around you, catch on and things like that, I just think that it'll spread out that way.
And
For the
people
most part.
gardening, and you doing stuff with nature and gardening. When you see nature grow right before you, you become proud. It's like a form of therapy.
Mm,
And
mhm,
just start, even if it's just something that you do off your deck, or you can do it from in your living room with some grow lights or a regular lamp light with a certain type of bulb until the weather drops a little bit, because you figure in 2 more months, by the end of April,
mhm.
should be able to start planting in your ground. Now, April, you have no excuse. You got a nice yard,
I
and
do. I've never thought
you
about
got
doing
a
anything
deck.
in my yard, because now I was thinking about like pots, like planter pots and things like that on my deck. But I wasn't thinking about my yard, because Pac-Man goes out there and stuff, and he is just, honestly, Pac-Man is not.
He's
I
not
don't know. I
trained.
just feel like he's not trained, like, yeah, he's not, like, he's trained to go in the yard, but he's not trained like he's gonna go in this little corner. I let him out and he goes. I mean, I would have to like literally, well, I mean, I guess I would have to retrain him, and I don't know, is he too old to like
April,
get
then
trained
do
like
it in
that? I
buckets.
don't trust to just let him out and
Well,
just
then do it in
trust that he'll
buckets.
go.
Get a home.
Huh?
No, no, poor excuse. Get a Home Depot bucket. They're five. No, they're $3. Go to Dollar Tree and
Yeah.
get their little buckets that you wash. A pail. Put some holes in at the bottom and go up out of a bucket and stick it and line it all up. I've seen people take and make do tomatoes out of a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, yeah, something like
And
that.
they call it container growing. You can
Mm-hmm.
do it off your deck and then use it
Mm-hmm.
as an art. Use it as foliage. You have tomatoes and all that stuff going around the sides of your deck. I seen the way your deck is, and use that and to grow. And believe
Mm-hmm.
me, you'll taste the difference right away. When I ate my watermelon, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is what homegrown watermelon does. And guess what I did it? I had it in a tire and I didn't have a lot of dirt. So I filled the tire up with straw.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Straw
Mm-hmm.
that I got from someone because that they had around Halloween, and then
Yep.
I took the top of I took dirt and put it at the top, and it
Mm.
grew me a watermelon. Two I got.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe
And
how, and I
I
filled
think
the
like
seed too.
the gardening, I think it'll like it kind of will teach you too, just like about biology and the way things work, like the not well the body kind of too, like but just because I mean growth is growth, and I just think I don't know, it'll like teach you, how
It
nature
does
works and
teach
how
you because I
things.
took classes and they
Mhm.
show you how to pollinate, hand pollinate. Well, certain ones you don't need to hand pollinate, like the tomato. Tomato's like bisexual. It's male and female, and all you have to do is shake it, and when you shake it, the sperm will drop down into the ovary, and then you get a tomato. Now with zucchini,
Don't describe it to me like that. I won't eat that, and I love tomatoes.
no, but it's
Oh
all
my
like
God.
that. Everything has an ovary and sperm, sweetheart. Everything
Lord
you eat, I don't
Jesus.
care what it is.
I'm just so weird. I'm so weird. Don't tell me nothing about that,
Yeah.
please. I don't want to think about it like
Everything
that.
drops down into that, girl. When you start learning different things, everything God created is male and male and female is what
Lord Jesus.
produces.
Lord Jesus, y'all. She said the tomato got a sperm and an ovary. Okay, listen. I loving my hair and money. I see y'all about the gate. I'm telling y'all right now, Pac-Man is ornery as hell. Like Pac-Man will pee all over my damn garden and stuff, and I'll have to whoop his ass. That's
Well,
exact. I'll come
if you
outside
put
to
it in
get
a
him, and he'll
bucket,
have to do that one last pee, or he'll be sniffing over there or something, and I'll just have to beat his ass. Because I'm gonna
but
tell you, like,
it'll be well then
okay,
get a high enough bucket where he can't sniff. If anything, he
right.
might get up there and pull the tomato off to eat, half to eat, half eat
I
it like
mean,
the
he is
squirrel.
so bad. Like, he has busted through the privacy fence so many times. He's going over into the neighbor's yard. There's people living over there now. There wasn't anybody living over there for over a year. He just busts his head through the privacy fence. Every time my brother fixes it, he does it again.
He's a big
And
dog.
even earlier this morning, like I'm like, where the hell did you go? I know you're out somewhere. You're not in the yard because my yard is big, but it ain't that big. Like it's a little cuts and dips to it,
So is
but
he looking
no,
after some punani or something? Is there a dog?
no, no. He's just nosy as hell. It's a couple other dogs, but no, he literally just like he knows he can go through there. So here he comes, coming through the little hole. And I mean, it's a little like, and then he'll come with all these scrapes on him and all this stuff, like trying to get through. I'm talking about you.
And he's not vicious, right?
Around other animals, yes.
I'm
Girl.
talking about people.
People, no, not people, not no, not unless they approach them. Well, no, mm,
No, no. So,
no,
so
no.
at least you don't have that. I figured that when I seen him, I said the way he acts, you could tell that has grown up around kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
although he
good,
looks
like in people like he'll watch him and stuff if he don't know him, but like animals, like he'll go after an animal,
yeah,
or
because
another dog or something
of
like that.
course he's territorial. Don't come near where he's at. Of course, that's natural.
But you
But I
know
just
what?
want,
I probably could put like some cayenne pepper like around the like
or you
around
could
wherever I
fence, or
got
you
it.
could fence it, or you could fence the little part that you're gonna grow in, and he just can't go in there.
Yeah, I'll try.
Put a little,
Cause I mean,
put
I
a
have
little.
like multiple. There's areas around. And I'm just like, well, like I could just do it along the fence, or I could do it along like my deck or whatever. Because he usually just goes back by where the tree is on the side of my garage, and that was just his area.
What
And
you
then
do is
like,
pick something that you could put
mhm.
on your deck. It'd be up high, or get an old table, put it up there, and you can grow lettuce because you could take a pot and put it on top of a table. It's a
Okay.
pot. It could be a
Mm-hmm.
bucket, what they call it, a mop bucket,
Like
a
that. Yeah.
bucket or a pail. Put some holes at the bottom, fill up with some
Mm-hmm.
dirt and some cow manure, put some seeds in there, and sit it up there and let it grow.
Mm-hmm.
I tested. My first was tomatoes and
Mm-hmm.
lettuce. I did so
Uh-huh.
well with tomatoes and lettuce. Then the following year, I just kept adding and adding. Now I'm up to
Mm-hmm.
six things that I work with. But I then again I read up on it and I learned. And not only that, I looked at homesteaders and how they did it. But if you
Yeah.
can get into looking at stuff, I know I'm going to be doing stuff on my channel because I'm going to start back with
Okay.
my, and it's going to
Yeah,
be
do
basic.
that so I can see how you do it because I would really just like to get into like especially the stuff that I buy the most from out of the store, like and then just ease my way. I want to really get into like herbs and stuff like that. Having fresh herbs that are like medicinal and things like that, and then like veggies and stuff that I use a lot, like tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers and things like that. If I can do a watermelon, Lord Jesus, I'll be happy as hell. But I would start like smaller like that, just with like the stuff that I buy like pretty
Yeah,
much
just
every
start with
you know.
three things, the easiest, like
Hmm.
lettuce. Lettuce
Yeah.
doesn't need bees to pollinate. Tomatoes
Oh.
don't need bees to pollinate.
Hmm.
You just shake it a little bit and that's it. Lettuce, you just
Hmm.
put the seed in and that's it. And you could
Hmm.
do different types of lettuce. You could do the cherry tomatoes. You don't
Hmm.
have to do the big round beets. You can do the cherry tomatoes. Have
Hmm.
like 2 buckets of that and just do start little and then each year grow, but try to do something. And if you're not gonna do it, then find try doing canning when you go to the supermarket, people, and they be trying to get rid of stuff because it's overripe. Look back, buy that stuff. You can can it. It's called water bath canning. You don't have to
Oh.
even, yeah, you put it in a big old pot of water and you boil it for so many minutes.
Hmm.
And look up water bath canning when on YouTube. It's easy. You can make your own jelly out of juice. Out
Oh
of
yeah.
juice.
Yeah.
Walter's grape juice. You can make your own jelly. Your own preservatives. Your rice, like I said, with your rice milk, your oats, the oatmeal with the
Hmm.
oat milk. This
Hmm.
is you could do. Make flatbed, have you get a
Hmm.
bucket with a lid and put your rice in and put some bay leaves in it. The bay leaves keeps the rice fresh and keeps the bugs out of it. Your beans,
Hmm.
you put it in a big bucket, put it in there with some bay leaves. Bay leaves keeps the stuff fresh and it keeps the bugs out. But who would
Yeah.
know that that's it? But bay leaves is more than for just cooking. It's for a lot of different things. You can have bay
Right.
leaf tea, and it's good for the digestive system. There's a lot of
Mm.
things I learned. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
uh,
what, yeah.
it's
That's
just
what I
it's just
want.
taking out the
Stuff to
time.
like stop having to take like stop from I want like especially medicinal stuff because like foods to eat, but also more like I want to learn about and learning to like grow my own herbs and stuff like that to stop from taking like medicines and over the counter like and different
And
things to like
and
stop
one thing with
everyday
herbs,
ailments.
right? And the
Hmm.
one thing with herbs, you can grow outside as well as inside.
Right.
You don't have to
Yes.
go outside. You can do it inside in your living room or in a corner. You might have to invest in a grow light for maybe about $15 or $20, but
Yeah.
you'll be able to grow all your herbs. And when you cook, fresh rosemary, regardless if it's drier or fresh, you cut it out. It will
Okay.
and the more you cut it, the more bushier it gets and the more it produces. Same thing with mint. Once you grow mint, you never have to plant it again. It comes up automatically. And if you don't have it in some
Yeah.
kind of container, it will take over your whole yard.
Oh, I
And
love
mint is
mint.
not only good for your stomach and the drink, but it also keeps rodents and mice and bugs out of your house and around. That's why a lot of people, when they had mint, they always had it around the side border of the house because it kept
Right.
rodents out. So there's a
Well,
lot of
you
different.
said wine. What makes wine? Hey, Cole's World. I'm good, boo. Hey, Snack. How you doing, babes? Wait. Start with you can go from indoor. Okay, wait. What makes wine?
Juice.
Juice makes wine?
Yep. If it's a
Lord.
100% sugar and not syrup, it will go from jelly. You can make it to jelly. It'll go to wine, and then it'll go to vinegar. Yep. Yes, it will.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You can make your own wine. If you say you did it, say you went and got a go online now so you could do it right.
Uh-huh.
And you do it and then you put it underneath your cabinet and cover it.
Mm-hmm.
By the time the end of the summer, you will have that wine. It will be nice and it's different from store-bought wine. Totally
Mm.
different. You can make your
Oh.
own wine vinegar.
You said, Melissa, you can block him off like I do for my dogs. Pac-Man gonna get his ass whooped. That's what's gonna happen.
No, he ain't. He ain't gonna get no butt whipping. You just need to just go get something and pile it up, and he knows that that's not where he yelled at enough and plucked in his nose enough. He'll know not to go over there, and that be that section he knows that is not his, but he got the rest of the yard. And on the edge of your deck, you know how people have flower pots that kind of come over on the side of the rim of the deck. You can grow
Yeah.
lettuce. You can go your lettuce and all different types of lettuce. And when you feel like having a salad, you go out there and you pluck the leaves that you want, and they'll continue to grow.
Oh heck yeah.
I did it for the whole summer. I didn't cut the whole thing down. I just took what I wanted, rinsed it off, had my little tomatoes and my cucumber, cut up some onions, and I was good with a can of tuna fish. I was good and was happy. You know why? Because I
Mhm.
did it. I grew it, so I had a different attitude when I ate it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah, so it's just that, I know a lot of you's like getting into the messiness, but after a while, no pun intended, guys, I'm not judging to a point, I'm just stating facts. Whatever that you receive in your spirit will grow.
Mhm.
So if you receive a lot of negative stuff and you're wondering why, oh, you're not happy or certain things, you're not allowing good food to come into your spirit. You got to
All right.
remember what you eat is which what comes out of you.
That's
And
true. That's
if you're eating a lot of things that are not good, regardless if it's stuff that goes in your ear, you got to remember it's entering to your body, nose, mouth, ears, whatever it is, whatever hole you got. If it's able to enter in, it's not easy for that garbage to come out, and you have to start detoxing. So,
y'all hear that? Whatever hole you got. Yeah, Cole's world. Cole's world. You heard that. You Yeah, you heard that right. And you just heard about the mess too. It's gonna go on whatever hole you got. So y'all better keep all them holes closed.
that's right.
Cross your
So
damn legs and plug your
that's
ears up.
right. That's right. If you let the wrong one in that bottom hole, you know it's gonna come out. It's gonna be bad. If you ain't got the
Uh,
right one to come in, you end up with yeast infections and all this other
oh,
stuff.
oh
If
my
you let
goodness.
something in your ears that ain't right, what comes out of it, you end up li- sprouting stuff that's not true, and you next thing you know, it's easy to get hung up in the messy and the riffraff. But
You know what though? Before and see, and I honestly look at the stuff that when I do watch because I don't watch like at all like I used to or whatever. And I think it's because I am like a lot more conscious as far as what I do listen to. Like at night, I used to go to sleep listening to whoever's video was on that night. Now I go to sleep listening to like my sleep
thank you,
affirmations and stuff
Melissa.
like that.
Hmm.
And then when I wake up in the morning, I used to see like what happened overnight while I was asleep. But now I listen to affirmations in the morning or, I listen to some music or something while I'm getting ready. And
To
so it's
start
just
your
not
day
as
off
much.
like
And
that,
then even when I do like watch stuff or whatever, I just have a whole different. I
right,
don't ingest it the same or intake it the same or even view it the
right,
same anymore. It's more
right,
so like how I started out. And I think because I have kind of detached myself, I'm not so involved anymore. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved personally. I don't want to be the one involved in the beef. If I do watch, it's because I just enjoy that person Not so
Right,
much
but you
because
know
I'm
what,
trying to find out what the hell
April, you
going
know
on
what
in
that
here.
is? That's God taking
Mhm.
the taste up out of your mouth because He has other uses for you than that riffraff. That's why.
Oh, oh my goodness. So yeah,
When
so it's
God
like,
starts to
and if
move
I
His stuff,
listen,
how
I'll laugh or whatever, and if something's funny or listen and watch the person I like,
He,
and then I just keep it moving. But
but you are so
I just,
smart and intelligent. You have a gift that you have a gift for gab. You have a gift to have people listen to you, and you're so knowledgeable. And people come to your channel to learn, and it's not the
mhm.
messiness. It's to learn, and you always have, you know. And I'm not judging. I'm just speaking out what's out of my heart that
Yeah,
if you want God to bless you, you can't. Yeah, how do you expect Him to bless mess when He ain't
right,
about the mess? If you have a
right,
call on your life and you're using that energy for negative energy, how can He use you? And if He's
right.
able to use you, then you get blessings. You keep getting blessings, and you keep. But you can't grow. You can grow with messiness, and eventually
Mhm,
that'll get worn out.
mhm, mhm,
Or you
mhm,
can grow and have substance that God, that's the Creator,
mhm,
that is giving you. So when you
mhm,
do leave this world, that you ran your race and you ran it to the fullest of what God has called you to do, that is such
mhm.
a better reward than to be doing
I
the
hope
stuff.
I do. I think about that. Like as I get older and stuff, I think like I hope I don't like get taken away from this world before I'm able to like live out whatever my purpose was supposed to be
Man,
while I
when I
was here.
listen to you, when
I
you
don't want
talk
to
about the
miss it.
bail bondsman, when you used to talk about the stimulus, when you talked
Mhm,
about the current events and how we can get through this and certain things that you could do, and people were coming to your channel to listen because they don't know. Even I
mhm,
was listening, you know, because you
mhm,
don't know or you have a
mhm.
better understanding and breaking things down. That's a gift. Not everybody, that is real content. That
Yeah,
is content. That is
I
something that
appreciate
can be poured out to someone, and there's a release that comes from it, and it grows. And it's
I
something that's
appreciate
really
that so
good.
much.
You have such a talent, and when people have talent like you, and they use it on messiness because of what someone said about you or whatever, that's their personal issue. What they think, I heard Oprah say one time, what people think about you is their business. That doesn't mean it's you. Because
Right,
you know,
right.
they're going to think what they want to think. They're going to say, you could sit there and say no and try to prove yourself. But if they want to believe the mess, they're going to believe the mess. And then not only
True.
that, some people just they love misery because that's how they feel about themselves. But God
Yeah.
has given you a gift. You understand stuff so well. I'm like, dang, this girl broke it down like it was nothing. And I understand that's a gift. Not everybody could teach like that.
Yeah.
Not everybody can get an audience and observe and then turn around and have the fruit of their labor being shown. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you want the fruit of your labor to be positive.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you're a believer, you definitely want God to be pleased with you. Like they used to say, you know, what would Jesus do? What would
Right.
Jesus say? And if you
Right.
sit there and say, oh, well, you have the backstory. We all messy. I'm messy. Even sometimes I don't speak about it, but just the fact that it came to thought, and just because I thought it just and I didn't act it out don't mean that I'm excused from it. But
Mhm.
hey, I get pissed off and I cuss,
Yeah.
you know? And they be like, ooh, Miss TR, yeah, 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 I do mess up. Yeah, I mess up because I'm human. You know, and I get real pissed off. I'd be wanting to choke people and be
Yeah.
saying stuff, all kinds of things up underneath my breath that only me and God know. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you are so talented, and everywhere you go, you are a blessing. Even the people that you when you bring us to work with you, it's like they to me, the way I see it, you're a blessing, and because you're so cute, I think they abuse the gift. Now
Mhm.
that's just me.
Yeah.
I think they abuse the gift. They take advantage of it, and that's it. And then to the point where they drain you dry, and then you don't even want to deal with it anymore because you know what? When you keep pouring out and you're not being filled back up, that's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that so much. Hi, Faces and Beyond. How are you, babe? If you're
So
still here, I
I'm gonna
apologize
I'm
for
gonna
taking me
drop
so
off
long.
so you can finish with what you're doing. Melissa, I thank you so much. Melissa 510. I thank you for those who are supporting me. I didn't come up for
No,
that, but I thank you. I thank
no,
you
you're
for
good.
April allowing me to come up on her platform here. But I just
Oh,
had
yeah.
to say something regarding the basics, people. Please
Mm,
try to go back to basics. Sure, my channel is going to be about that because of the times that we're living in.
yes.
But just go on the homesteaders. You too, Melissa. I mean, April. There's one called, her name is
Hmm.
Homestead Heart. She's a black
Okay.
woman, her and her husband.
Oh,
I mean, she
sweet.
teaches you from canon and everything, and she's so sweet.
Yeah.
They're out of, I think, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then there's
Mm-hmm.
Lead Farmer. He teaches you how to make your own apple cider vinegar. Oh my
Mm.
God, if you only knew how it's done, April. But you could buy rotten or apples that fell off or cheaper, and it has nothing to
Mm.
do. You put them in a blender with some water, put it in a jar, put some sugar in it, shake it, and every now and then just go there and shake it. And within a month, you got vinegar. Boom. And you could do that with,
Dang.
really, and the peelings, you could, don't even
Yep.
have to use that whole apple. You could use the apple peelings. You
Oh,
could, you know how
wow.
you could take a lemon or orange and make orange vinegar, lemon vinegar, pineapples. You know how you peel the
Mm.
pineapple and you
Yep.
take the skin.
Mm-hmm.
You, for one, you should wash your pineapple before you peel it
Yeah.
anyway. But you take it and you put it in the jar with some water and some sugar, and then every now and then shake it, and then you have your pineapple vinegar. Now, who would have thought of having pineapple vinegar? I didn't.
Well, hell no,
And
me
I'm like,
either. I never
what?
thought about that. Now, I don't know about the
Yes,
pineapple vinegar, but that apple vinegar, okay, y'all, with them sour cooches around here,
yes.
take y'all a
Girl,
bath
and
before you
and they
go.
have no preservatives in it, and you can make a
No
whole big
preservatives.
old jug, and it'll cost you, and a whole big jug, maybe 4 apples, if
Wow.
that,
Oh my
with maybe
goodness.
2 cups of sugar, and that's it. And you wait for them. You know how we buy the brags with the mother?
Yep.
You're able to grow your own mother. So then after you do that, you could take the mother out, put it in another glass jar with some
Hmm.
apple, and start all over again.
There y'all go.
But I
Y'all
would
got
do
baths
that.
all year. All year. Y'all can never have a sour cooch again.
Nope.
Ever.
And it got the mother in it too.
Wow. Yeah.
Please.
There you go.
Yeah,
Woo.
so there's a lot of things, and make your own salad dressing. Go back to
Yeah.
basics. Why do you think the
Yeah.
Amish people are so are healthy?
Oh my God. Don't say Amish. I don't know what's going on with Ohio, but it's a 75-year-old man who who just was indicted on the R word for youngins. Amish 75-year-old man. He got the longest white beard and looking all sad in his mug shot, y'all. Lord Jesus,
Yeah,
why you say
well,
Amish?
for him to do what he's doing for the R, he must have some type of stigma to make him
He
feel
got
that he's young enough to do that. Although that's disgusting.
ooh. Well, maybe you said they healthy, so maybe he he still had something going, but he was just using it for he was just forcing it on people. You can't force it on them. Just let it come
Oh,
naturally. There, Jesus.
you bake a
Okay.
lot. You like to bake, right? Get
Yes,
a
I
thing,
do.
get bourbon or Bacardi rum or some vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Buy. I'll go on the internet, or you can go in the bodega store and get vanilla bean.
Mm-hmm.
Cut up the vanilla bean and put it in that liquor and let it sit there for 2 months, and
What?
you'll have your own vanilla extract. And all you have to do is
Oh
keep
wow.
filling it up with the liquor. You use, and get the cheapest. You don't use the expensive. Get the cheapest vodka, the Bacardi. It could be Bacardi rum. Yeah, and put
Oh
that
wow.
in there. And you have
Oh.
pure vanilla, and then you end up making your own. Get a vanilla bean, Madagascar, or whatever that they have. And in the bodega store, those bodega stores got everything in there. And take it and
We
put it
don't
in
have
there.
the bodega stores. That's over on y'all side of the wall, the side of the. Would you
In
get
New
away
Jersey,
from
you don't have bodega stores by you?
me? No, that's like New York and Jersey and all
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
I'm New York. Yeah, I'm New Jersey. And I'm not in the
Yeah,
hood
yeah.
either. We have bodega stores.
Mhm. We
Not
don't have.
in where I live at, but I could go across town and go to a bodega store, go in there and find
Mhm.
the aloe plant, whatever you need in those bodega store. Then
Mhm.
meet
But I
stores
could
got
go.
all
But
that
I'm sure
stuff.
I could go to like a like a stand or something or whatever. I bet you they probably got it at well, we got like some
You can get it
stores that
on
specialize.
Amazon.
Well, yeah, yeah, Amazon. Damn, they got every damn thing.
Yeah, you can get on
Everything.
Amazon, and you can.
Mm-hmm.
I see everything I do. I be
Is
thinking ching ching. So if I
sugar.
sat there and got some cheap vodka and got some Madagascar vanilla
That's
bean, put it in there and let it sit, and I could easy. Now it might have cost me maybe for a big old jug bottle, maybe
mm-hmm.
$10 if that for the vodka, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
like $4 for the end up selling that pure vanilla extract for maybe even pure vanilla extract is a lot of money. A little thing, a little like a fluid ounce could be up to
Mm-hmm.
like $10.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
can imagine if you're able to do that, how you're able to sell. See, my mind is always ching ching. But if
Yeah.
you're able to do that and you like to bake, that
Mm-hmm.
even makes your stuff more valuable.
Yeah, because you put vanilla in damn near everything.
Vanilla,
Vanilla
I'm talking
extract.
about not the imitation. I'm talking about the real vanilla is a lot of
Well, that
money.
right. That's what I'm saying though. Vanilla extract is like, I mean, cheesecakes, cakes, cupcakes, pies,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So,
Yeah, and
mhm.
use they tell you use cheaper vodka. You can take lemon peels and take it. And I mean you have to take the potato peeler and scrape it because you
Mhm.
don't want the pith, which is that white stuff. You just want the rind itself. You
Yeah,
take
yeah.
that and you put it in a bottle of vodka
Mhm.
and let it sit, and
Mhm.
that vodka will never go bad. You'll see that pith, I mean that rind turn white. You know it's ready, and you don't got yourself um lemon extract,
Wow.
100% pure,
Wow.
not that crap that they have in there. Kabusha, I haven't tried kabusha yet, which is a very
Hmm.
good tea for your stomach. That gives you a good gut health.
All the cakes.
But zucchini, if you
Yeah.
made a bunch of zucchini and
Mhm.
sold that, people will pay a good $10 or $15 for that. For one, it's natural. There's no preservatives in it, and they ain't gonna have that aftertaste like you do when you buy it off the shelf.
Listen, I love some zucchini bread, or I love making like vegetable, like stir fry with zucchini and a bunch of other vegetables in there, some rice. I
I just
love that.
invested in a dehydrator, so I could take
Mm.
stuff and dehydrate it and turn it into powder.
See, I used to have a dehydrator, but that's when I used to sell weed, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it no more.
Well, I
But
went and got mine.
I need one for for food
Yeah,
specifically. But when I used to do
especially for your grandbabies, especially if you could sit there, even if it's out of the can, you take the canned carrots, you drain the juice out, you don't even have to slice it up. You put it on the dehydrator, put it in there before you go to bed. The next day, it's all dried out, and then you all you do is put it in a blender or a little something and let it grind up and turn it to powder. Beef.
hmm.
So that way, you could put it in smoothies and healthy stuff. You got two babies. No, you got how many grandchildren? You got three.
Well, I got three. I'm about to have five.
Oh, okay. From your
Yeah.
son?
No, for my no, just only my girls. That they just, I guess they just got to make up for them not having kids as teenagers. I don't know what the hell they doing, but
They're both
but
they're both pregnant again?
they're both they're both pregnant right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the one baby's what? Maybe close to a year old now?
Yeah, she'll be a year in May. That's the youngest. The other one turned a year in November, and the other one
Oh,
turned
okay.
the oldest turned 3 in December.
I know. I remember Mama's. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Just ever play with her
yeah.
doll baby?
Yes, she got that. Yeah, she got that
Good.
baby with her. All yeah. Yeah, and their blankets and stuff. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, they
that's
got.
good. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good. You
yeah. I
know,
mean,
but
they doing good. They just having these babies. I guess that's gonna be it, especially for my oldest daughter. Gonna be it for her, so she say. So I mean, they grown,
okay.
so you
Well,
know,
one
I
thing
let
she
them do
getting them out
them.
the way.
I guess. I guess. You know, I
But
mean,
you
I
know,
love them. I love them to death, and you know, I have them every chance I can. But at the same time, you know, I've been a mother since I was 15. So I had my oldest when I was 15 years old. So you know, and I mean, they're the age where they, especially my oldest, like she's the age where she can have
they're
her
grown.
babies and she has her life, you
Mhm.
know. So, but it's just, I'm not going to stop my life because they have babies because I've already did that, you know, and I'm just now on my last child is just now graduating from high school. So it's like, this is my time. So it's like, I love them to death, but I don't have them as much as I used to. They're not here as much as they used to
Was my
because,
granddaughter felt that way. My children are great grand. My got great two great grand, and they both, honey. The baby itself be looking at me talking about nana, nana.
yeah.
No, she says nan nan nan. I'm like nan
Mm-mm.
nan. For one, they don't call me nan nan. They call me Gigi. Gigi stands for great grandma. So I got
Oh,
one nine. Yeah, one
mhm,
nine. And then I had the one that's she was born on May 9th. And she
mhm.
be looking at me. She make up her own name, call me Nana. I'm like, crying for me instead of crying for her mother. They got it twisted. Oh no, she can't sleep
Yeah.
when she feels my lumps. She want to feel my fat, my lumps. I'm like, she don't like me. She want to feel you, and she a body baby. She's a body
Yeah,
baby.
honey, thank you, babe. You know, and see, it was like that when I was home more, but you know, since I've went out to work, you know, since I have the 9 to 5 now, and I'm just out of the house again, I'm
You
not
have a
at
nine to
home as
five
much,
now. What
you
is it
know.
that you do?
Yeah, I supervise home health aides, so like I
Oh, great,
schedule
great.
home health aides, and yeah.
Yeah, I know what
So,
that is. Mm-hmm.
so it's
That's
Monday through Friday,
yeah.
9 to 5. So, like, I'm off on the weekends. So, like, on the weekends, I tell them, you know, you can bring them over, stuff like that. But I don't, they can stop by during the week, but no, ain't nobody spending the night, ain't none of that.
Well, you go
Like,
ahead and you do that, girl, because I made the mistake, and they don't like the word no. I
yeah.
wake up and they sitting here, be in my bed, telling me to move over. Move
That's
over.
what
You're
I am.
taking.
I'm gonna have them. I think I'm gonna get them tomorrow, whatever. Cause I meant to get them last weekend, but yeah, I just you know, and I tell them I love them to death, but you know, starting a business. I'm also started a business, and I'm trying to get that set up. And my son's graduating, so I got a lot going on right now. So I mean, you
But
know, they
it's
can
yeah,
come
you got a
over.
lot going on. But you know what? That's it's growth. You're not
Yeah,
stagnant. It's growth. You for
Yeah,
one.
no, I'm not. I'm not, and that's why I'm not on here as much. You know, just because I got so much going on out here, and just you know, it's just time for me to just do my own thing. So you know, when they want to come over, they can come over. Like they was here for Super Bowl and all of that kind of stuff, but I can't have them all like that. I just tell them like I love y'all to death, but you know, y'all babies are y'all. Like that's
Do
what
you
y'all
cook
choose to
every day
do.
like you used
I don't.
to?
I
Mm-hmm.
haven't even been cooking because nobody's here. Like my son hasn't really been here.
Because I know
You
you
know,
have to cook all the time.
yeah, because I haven't been, well, I've been working this job since November.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't, I mean, on the weekends, like tomorrow I'm going to cook. And so I cook mostly on the weekends, but, during the week, I don't cook a whole lot. My son, he's at work and at school. So by the time he comes home, like he's not, and he's always been the funny eater. So he don't really care about no big meals and stuff like that. And
While
it's
you're
been like
cooking,
winter
maybe
time and everybody hibernates during the winter time. So the girls ain't been over as much. But my middle daughter, like she's the one, like she'll call like, Mom, can you cook? Mom, can you cook? And yeah, I'll cook. And she'll come get it and she'll go on
now
about
do
her
you do your,
business.
I know you do. You still do your makeup with Oh God, I can't believe I forgot his name.
Blazing.
Yeah, Blazing. Is
We haven't been doing that either. I haven't been on a lot. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
um,
I'm trying to get started back doing it, but I mean, honestly, like
If it's a chore, it's not time yet. When things fit in your
Yeah.
time and it
Yeah.
goes smooth like butter, then you know it's your time.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. There may be a reason why God is removing you at this time.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's more important with your life. You're getting your son to, his life
Mhm.
together, and so
Yeah.
soon. Although I feel I agree with you. If I think it would be great for him to do his first 2 years in a local college. Do the two
Mhm.
years and then
Mhm.
move on to what he wants to do because ain't
Yeah.
nothing worth starting and wasting money, and you still got to pay
Yeah.
those loans and all that
Yeah.
other stuff back. So
Yeah.
that would be smart. And then not only that, he will learn and slowly learn how to be on his own instead of just
Mhm.
getting and bam, it's like okay,
Mhm.
I don't know how to juggle real life situations in school too,
Right.
and then end up
Yeah, Lisa, you gotta
crashing.
be yourself. You gotta thank you, y'all. Yeah, I mean, I still love YouTube. I do, but not any. I just don't. I'm just really trying to stabilize myself and what makes me happy, what makes me money, what just and I love YouTube, and that fits within happiness and coming on here and having good conversations and things like that. But as far as I don't know, like building a channel for it to like stream income, things like that. Like I just don't know, like I'm just not in it like that anymore for that,
Well, God will make a way
so
for you again. The gift that
I
He's
like to come
giving
on
you,
for
He'll
the
make a way.
leisure, and I just feel like, my talents are needed like other places in my real life, and when I can come on and I have time to come on, I come on,
Right, and
but
that's what you do. And that's what you do when you feel like you're coming on. At least, at April, they'll get the real you. They don't get the fake you.
yeah.
And if you're coming on when you really don't want to because you feel like you're obligated, that takes all the
Mhm.
fun out of it. But if you
Yeah.
come on because you have something to give, something in current events, it's like, look, I know something. Let
Mhm.
me go and tell my people such and such and such thing. Even if it's
Mhm.
once a week, once a month, they know that
Mhm.
it comes on. April got good food for them to eat.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
and it is what it is. I noticed that
Mhm.
you don't do makeup anymore like you used to, on here.
Mhm.
I did notice that. And
Mhm.
you're still pretty, April. Like I always say, hey, pretty lady.
Yes,
When
thank
you hear me say
you.
that, that's the real TR. I
Yes,
had a troll. I had a
I
troll.
know.
Girl, I had a troll and I had people cussing me out. I'm talking about like a month or so. I'm like, I'm just getting back on YouTube. How the heck did that happen?
Right. You was sick and everything. You said. I was like, what? That's
I
crazy.
mean, they ate me. I mean, that person ate me up alive. I'm
Oh
laying
my
in
God.
chilling. Ain't been on YouTube on God knows how long. I mean, this happened like about 6 weeks ago. All of a sudden, I
Wow.
heard my name, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"What?" Boy,
Wow.
I was called everything but a child of God. I was so embarrassed, and I
Mm-mm.
couldn't text. I couldn't comment because I was already blocked, and I couldn't
Mhm.
see who was impersonating me because apparently they know me, so they had me blocked. So I can't, when they have you blocked, you can't see them when they go in certain places and do things. And I was like, oh my God, I got cussed out. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. People who really know me know that that's
Mhm.
not me, and I can't be bothered.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you came in and told me, I was just like, well, okay. I thank you for telling me, but I hadn't seen anybody. And if somebody would have came in under your name or picture or something and said something off the wall, like I wouldn't even have. I'd have been like, what the hell? Like that
Because
can't be
I'm
them or
open.
whatever. I mean, because
Yeah.
it's just not your personality, and there's never been anything like that with you. So, I mean, if they didn't know your personality, obviously, oh well, it's like whatever.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Don't take it.
Okay,
Don't take it
sweetie, I'm
personal.
gonna go. And I thank you
Okay.
for allowing me up on your platform.
Yeah. Thank you for
And
coming up.
I'll probably end up hashtagging you when I do come on so you can see.
Okay,
And
babe.
maybe I have and we'll take it from there. But blessings to you, and I love
Right.
you, girl. Bye bye.
Thank you. I love you too, Miss Ti. Bye bye. I'm so glad she came up, y'all. That was so awesome. That was a good conversation. See how that happened? That was good. Cause I was on here. I was coming on to be a messy, messy something. I would just wanted to come on and talk though, y'all. I was just like felt like coming on. I'm like, I had kind of like a off day, just when female issues and stuff. And I'm like, let me come on and talk and just, have a conversation and stuff. So I'm so glad. I know Lisa, she's so awesome. She has so much wisdom, so much. She's always been a great, just a good spirit, just always spreading love and good information and always supportive. So I appreciate her and I appreciate all of you that are that way. Yeah, and y'all, I love YouTube and I feel like there's a place for me. I just haven't found it yet. You know what I'm saying? And not that I have to fit in anywhere because I don't think I ever will. I just have to um it's just about doing the work and it's just about taking the time. And a lot of times when you can only spread yourself so thin. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, you have to prioritize for what's most important. And I've done YouTube for a long time already, so I just feel like if it ain't happened yet, then let me do other things that are happening. And I'll always come back, and I'll always be here. And when it's time for me to really be here, then I'll be here. But until then, I just need to handle the things that I got going on. Life changes on a consistent basis, and you're gonna have periods of your life and seasons on when you're around a lot in certain areas and when you're not around so much. And I think that's just where I'm at as far as YouTube is concerned. Ain't nothing going on with me and Blazing. I love me some Blazing. We were trying to hook up a couple of weeks ago. The times were switched around and things like that. And I had got busy, so that was my thing. And it's still something that I love doing, coming on, having a good conversation, talk a little shit, put on some makeup. That's what I love, with the people that I enjoy. But I mean, sometimes just setting up times for me just isn't good right now for anything, pretty much, because my weekends are my only time now that I have to catch up on whatever I didn't get done during the week at home and family and my own business outside of work. So that's really the time that I really put in the work to my business and things like that. So, I can just fit it in when I can fit it in. And, doing things with other people, I don't want to waste anybody else's time or set something up and not show. And, I just want to be respectful of everybody involved. So I just feel like it's better for me that, I just do things whenever I can. And that's just how I can do it right now, until I have, the foundation set up so that I can, take some time or have more time to plan things. So, money, listen, I'm telling you, ever since, but you know what? That's a blessing because I'm very serious about serving a purpose and I just don't know what it is. I think that, I have the personality for a lot of things. I have the work ethic. I just, am a procrastinator. I'm not good with time management. And it's so funny because the position that I hold during the week, like it's about time management. It's about setting up other people's day. And I'm great at it. But I'm fucked up. But but setting up my own, like I'm telling you, we can definitely talk about it. We can definitely talk about it. Listen, oh my God. It's like, and then I could set up other people's stuff, but my own, like, you know, but it's coming. Like, it's like I see progress in areas, and then it's like, I'm still working on progress in other areas. Will I ever be 100%? Probably not. But, if I get close enough, then I made it. That's, you know. That's just what I feel like. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks for allowing me to come up. You're a blessing to many. Knowledge is power, and you give great knowledge to your listeners. Oh, thank you. Love you too, Miss TR. She came in and shook me up. You know, she's another one. She is another one. Amazing, amazing spirit, amazing person. You know, move and talking about just talking about like sharing experiences and things like that. I have to say that M. Bernadette, she did that when she wrote that book. If y'all are not familiar with Miss M. Bernadette, she has a book, you know, 40, it's a 40-day fast. And, you know, whatever you, if you just read the book, you're going to make a change to your life. You're going to begin the change. You might not get it done in the 40 days. You might not even follow every day. Whatever you do, you will make a change to your life. Because that book, I feel like, speaks to every person. I don't care who you are, where you at, how successful, how not successful. You might be in an amazing relationship, whatever. Like, I just feel like just her sharing her experience, journalizing the steps that she took to being a better her, and then publishing that for other people and sharing that with the world. I think that that was an amazing thing. An amazing thing. A lot of times we are, you know, we learn our best lessons through other people. You know, just by other people sharing what they've been through and how they got through. Um, you know, and how they made changes to be better. I feel like a lot of times that's where our journey begins, because we see it's possible. You know, the best teacher is somebody who's already been through it. The best teacher is experience itself. So if you ain't never been through nothing, you ain't gonna know how to get through anything. You know, I mean, it's almost like, you know, growing up having everything. Like when you run into an issue in life and you don't got it, how you gonna know how to get through it? You're not. You know, you're gonna have to go through that lesson because you've never dealt with it before. You know, unless somebody comes to bail you out, but then what is that gonna teach you? You know, so experience is definitely the best teacher, and life itself is a lesson, a constant lesson, you know. And I just think that if we take those lessons that we learn and apply them to the future, I think that's how we end up getting better, because we're not, you know, we're not repeating the same behavior if we're actually applying the lessons that we learned. Um, and y'all know I have some behaviors that I have repeated over and over, and you know, we have to apply what we learn. It's just as simple as that. Otherwise, we're just going to be on a constant cycle on a downhill battle, you know. Hey, Deborah. So, yeah, yeah. So that, I mean, you know, I come on and I have talks and I kind of share where I'm at the moment and stuff like that. And you know, like when I come on, I have these talks. It may seem like I'm always going through something. I'm not necessarily going through anything. I just feel like, you know, I'm always working towards something. I always have been. I mean, I'm always working towards something. So it's not necessarily meaning that I'm not good in my life at that moment, or that I'm having trouble at the moment. It just means that I'm just working towards something, and I'm trying to complete a task, you know. And so um I ended the year off with certain things in mind that I wanted to get done. I got some of those things done, and it's just about moving on to the next and moving on to the next, because that's just where I'm at in my life, is I'm just trying to get things done, you know, and just trying to move forward and just get to a place in my life where, you know, I can just be complacent and comfortable, and not saying that I won't have things to work towards, because I always will, but not so much at once. So, Yes, 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 yes. If you do read Miss M. Bernadette's book, absolutely, um, yeah, journal your own journey as you are going through, and your own experiences. Write down, how your day went on day 1 or 5 or whatever. Just keep your own journal as you're going through and taking the steps. Um, that's a great suggestion, actually. Great suggestion, because it'll be awesome to compare yours to the book, or also just see where you're at. You know what? Journaling is amazing for seeing where you were, because a lot of times we forget that we once prayed about where we are in life at that very moment. There was a time when we were hoping we would get to where we're at. So, and that's just right there a reminder that we're always working towards something, or at least I am, because I can look back at a time in my life where, like I said, just at the end of last year, I was working towards certain things that I completed, that I have now, or that I'm doing now. So it's like, even looking back years ago, so it's like, to journalize, what you're going through, and as you're going through it, and then to maybe one day just sit down, that can be amazing. It can be an amazing breakthrough, because you're like, damn. And it helps you to realize, how great you are, and how you made it through. It can also help you when you're going through a tough time, because you may feel like, damn, like, going through this, or is something make it seem so hard or so terrible. But you look at what you've been through, and it's like, oh, I can, fuck it. It ain't gonna last forever. Or let me just, one day at a time, one day at a time. You know, Life is really something. It really is. It really is. And a lot of us are more alike than we know, or than we think. We can be on so many different journeys and different levels in life, but be so much alike, in different ways. And the one thing I would say before I get off tonight is just, don't judge people for where they're at in their journey. Don't judge people, because a lot of times we judge people for where a person may be in their life, forgetting that we was once there. We was once there. And just because you're past that, just because you have the relationship or the career or the money, or, your kids are doing this or whatever, just because you've made it through, don't judge the next because they haven't yet, because you were once there. You were once trying to get through that, you know. Just pray for them that they get through it like you did. And not meaning in the same way, but just that they actually get through, because we all go through something, no matter what it is. And it's not really up for us to judge where a person is in their life, because we're all on different journeys, and everybody has their own time of realization, and when they want change in their life. And so it's not up to us to decide that for them. We should just want everybody to do better, or have whatever it is they want in life, because what success is for you may not be what it is for me. So that's another thing, for you to judge people because of what they have. They may be happy with that car, or with that home, or, being single, or whatever it is. People may not want what you want out of life, and that's okay too. So, and help them get there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, because so many times we will criticize for somebody for, where they're at in their life, but we're not offering any assistance. We're not offering any words of encouragement. We don't pray for them. We don't offer help, information, whatever, a dollar, anything. A lot of times we just want to, condemn somebody because we think that they're not where they should be, or not doing what they should be doing. So, if we're not going to offer any help, then you probably shouldn't say anything because your judgment isn't helping. It's not going to make anything better. It's not. And I'm pretty sure whenever you were going through what you were going through, it didn't feel good if somebody judged you. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey Willie. My marriage failed, but I still teach on relationships. You know what? That's interesting because, I okay, so you said your marriage failed. I don't feel like it failed. I feel like it just didn't work out. And I feel like there's a difference in that because sometimes, things are just only meant for a temporary, just temporary. Some things, even marriage, um, I feel like any type of relationship that we have with people possibly could be temporary, even marriage, even though it's not supposed to be or we didn't plan for it to be, and that's supposed to be the reason why we get married is because it's supposed to be a forever thing. But, we just don't know. You just don't know. You can be with somebody for 30 years and they just wake up one day and just totally different. Their whole mind frame is just different. It could be you that's waking up just totally different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's a fail. I just feel like it's an experience. And it didn't work out the way that you planned it to when you did what you did or when you made the decision that you made to be married and to accept those vows and to um make that promise. And so even when he made the promise, I don't, I can't speak for anybody, but maybe he didn't think it was going to happen that way either. Who knows? I don't know. But it's not a fail. And even though even with that, some people will feel like, well, how you going to teach relationship or give a relationship advice if your marriage didn't work out? And it's like, because had a marriage, I had the relationship, you know, um, you can still give great advice. People feel like don't take advice from single people, or that, a lot of times those are the people that you might want to listen to because they see what you don't. The people that are in the opposite situation that you're in see what you don't see. I mean, as long as it's all about the intent behind it. It's not about the person's current situation. It's about their intent behind what they're teaching or what advice they're giving or what information they're giving. So, yes, if a single person who don't want to see you happy or don't want to see you married because they jealous because you got it and they don't, yeah, no, you don't want to listen to shit they got to say. But a single person who is happy in their situation and good with who they are and just wants to see you be better or see you happy also, you might want to listen to them because they may see something you don't or see something from a perspective you don't. And that they're going to be telling you to let something go, but maybe they can help you to see something from a different point of view. So, you know, you can also reconcile. Amen. Hey, LaBrisha. Hey, April, you have some blossom while I was away. Aw. You were always gorgeous, smart, and talented, and now you are all that and more. Glad you're still doing your thing. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, T Grooves. Thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Yeah. Because I know I give some great relationship advice, but I ain't got no. I got Pac Man sitting here staring at me, wondering when I'm getting into bed. I'm just. He is, though, but he ain't getting up here. Oh, hell no. Nah. Y'all know I used to let Pac Man be in my bed, but no. I don't know if it got something to do with him getting older or whatever, but he sheds and he got me messed up. Okay. I can't even have him lay on top of my comforter because I'm not going to be shaking my comforter. I couldn't say it off every damn morning when I wake up. But yeah, y'all, that's about it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I've been on here for a long, long time. And marriage is so hard. I learned you have to remain friends, continually date each other. Oh my goodness. Listen, let me tell you something about relationships. The key thing, let me just give this little gem right here, okay? The key thing, this is why I'm not in a relationship right now. Let me tell y'all why I'm not in a relationship. Because do not stop. Whatever you did to get that person, don't stop. I be telling my daughters right now, my little 20 something year old daughters, I be telling them, y'all come over here looking crazy as hell. My girls are me, or used to be, dressed pretty, taking care of themselves. Oh my God, my girls, they be coming over here, clothes, they got on their boyfriend clothes, puff ball on top of their head, just looking all types of crazy as hell. No bra. I told my daughter, don't do that no more. Mom, I don't got on no bra. I see. You ain't got to tell me. Don't do it no more. And they in their 20s. I tell them, this is why y'all boyfriends going out looking for whoever else or back to whoever else, because they looking for that girl that they met up with when they got with you. And not saying that you have to do anything to make anybody happy, but I'm telling you right now, whatever you did to get the person that you are with, you have to keep doing it. You got to. You cannot let yourself go. You can't get comfortable feeling like, oh, you got them now, or just y'all just so good with each other that ain't nobody going nowhere. No. Social media is right at people's fingertips. It ain't nothing to send a message real quick, send a little heart, send a smiley face, and all that stuff to get somebody's attention. And not saying that everybody's doing that, but I'm just saying they're scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. They're out there in the world, and then they come home to you, or you to them, vice versa. Men do stuff all the time to get the woman. I mean, they will hunt you down for years. And then when they get you, they act like they forgot that how what they did to try to get you. They forgot that they wanted you for all them years. They forgot you was the girl that everybody was trying to get to. They forgot. They just forgot. And they stopped. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm sorry, I be hitting the screen, y'all. My bad. Hey, MJ. You have to keep that up. You have to still date. You have to still flirt. You have to still have fun and be friends and crack jokes and laugh and play and just keep it fun. Keep it interesting. Remember that it's not all serious. You ain't trying to hold nobody around their neck. You ain't trying to keep nobody under your thumb. You're not trying to keep tabs on. It's not supposed to be about that. You're not supposed to lose yourself in a relationship. You're not supposed to be so caught up in a relationship that you're so scared to live your life. You're two individuals. You're supposed to be two happy individuals that are in a place in your life where you want to share that space with somebody. And then you meet that person that you think that you can go through life situations with. But you don't want to forget yourself. You don't want to forget who you are as a woman, as a man. You don't want to forget your goals, your dreams, and you damn sure don't want to forget what it was or what it took to get who you got. Love don't last just because it's love. Love lasts because you put work behind it. If that's the case, then we would just fall for whoever tried to get us because they tried. But what's going to keep you there? What's going to keep you there is what got you and what caught your attention. So we have to do that. Like we got to. If you lose sight, of that, then you're gonna lose your relationship. You're gonna lose your man, you're gonna lose your woman. And you're gonna lose it to the person who's on the sidelines waiting for that single post or that relationship post, or to see them out and about and you ain't with them, or ain't no ring on their finger no more, or however it goes. Because it's always somebody watching. It's always somebody wanting what you got, whether you know it or not. Hey, the Church of Diet Melanin. How you doing, babe? 18 years. We are both tied. Period. Oh my goodness. No, don't get tired. Oh my goodness. Oh, you spoke on love today. Oh, I had so much fun. I miss you. Love you, April. I love you too, Melissa. Love you too, babe. Hey, MJ Boo. Hey, y'all. We have to fall in love over and over again. Been married 12 years and just fell in love again. Remain friends and cordial, if nothing else. Yes. Be respectful. Be core. Even when you mad at each other, don't forget. Like you'll see them little funny memes and posts where, like, you in love because even when you mad at each other, and they put a blanket on you when you fall asleep on the couch or something like. Don't forget the love, even when you pissed off. Don't say things that you can't take back or that you're gonna regret later. Don't disrespect. Don't demean their character. Watch your mouth. That tongue can be lethal, okay? That tongue can be lethal. Actions, you can make a little gesture or whatever, but that mouth, people don't forget what you say when you mad. Think about the shit that we done went through just on YouTube. When somebody get mad at you or fall out, and that's when they say the most ugliest shit. And then they want to forget about it a year later. Like, bitch, you remember what you said? Nah. That's even more so in your household and in your relationship. Just like when you raising your kids up, don't talk to your kids crazy and call them all types of names or talk down on them and all of that shit. And then you wonder why they got low self-esteem when they teenagers and going through their own relationships and stuff and getting treated all any kind of way. Because the people that's supposed to love them the most and talk them up and tell them how they are the greatest thing ever was telling them they wasn't shit every time they got mad. Don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. You just got to remember. Oh, Lady Snoop sent you here. Lady Snoop, that's my boo. Thank you so much for stopping by, babe. When it gets too serious, it becomes a chore. Don't it, though? Ooh, don't it? Yeah. No, kick them kids out like mama used to. Can I blame having more kids killed the romance? It will, though. It will, because kids need a lot of time, a lot of love. They need all of it. They need all of you. You know, especially for women, like babies take all of us. That's why we need all the extra nutrition and vitamins, and we eat twice as much and all of that shit, because the kids take everything out of us while they're growing in us. And it don't change when they come out. They need all of that still. So it's like, it's so much to keep them going, and then you have your relationship, but still you have to, that's why it's work, and that's why love keeps going with the work that you put behind it. It doesn't just keep going on its own. Just because you fell in love with somebody doesn't mean you just always gonna be in love. That's why there's the honeymoon stage and the butterfly stage and the puppy love stage and all of that stuff, because they're just that, stages, and they do pass. So to keep it going, you have to put that work behind it, and that's where the true test is going to come in the relationship. But Monty said, kick them kids out like mama used to, and you got to see, because the thing about kids is, and I'll just say this for my kids being older and out of the house and all of that, like, you can't lose yourself in your kids either. Just like you don't lose yourself in your relationship, you have to always remain an individual. You always got to remain a man, always remain a woman. Like, you got to stay true to you. That don't change with nobody in no relationship. Okay? So, because at the end of the day, your kids going to be grown and they going to go and have their own life. And then you're going to be wondering what the hell you going to do now, because they gone and you built your life around what they had going on. Same thing with your relationship. If you lose yourself in your relationship, what if they just decide they don't want it no more? You see so many women or men that they just threw themselves in a relationship, and then when the person takes off and leaves, now they got to start their whole life over and don't know how to act, don't know what to do because that's all they knew. You can't lose yourself in nobody, even your kids. Your kids gonna grow up. They're gonna be teenagers. They're gonna go to dances. They're gonna get boyfriends, girlfriends. They're gonna have their own life. Mm-mm. Oh, you said we best friends. 18 years, that's a long time, and that's a blessing. It's a blessing to have those long relationships. 12 years, autumn years, is that's a blessing. Pew pew, thank you, boo. Thank you. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Yup. I love my husband. Even though he is a certified prig, we have a good time. You got to. That's awesome. You got to, yeah. You got to. You got to have fun in your relationship. Like who you like the marriage is supposed to be. It's just your best friend. Y'all just have relations and y'all just do everything together. Like marriage for me is supposed to be, and this is when I know when I'll find the one, when it's just somebody that I can just have fun with, be with. It's not too serious. Like, it's just like you just with yourself basically. You know what I'm saying? You just have somebody to do things with, go places with. You just have like that person there that all you doing is just sharing your life with this person. It's just, I don't know what to say other than it's your person. Y'all bounce off of each other. It's just a match. And I just think when you find that person, you work to keep that because it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, and it gets harder and harder as the years go on, and as time and lifestyle changes, and just as the world goes on and evolves, it's harder and harder. So yeah, so I appreciate everybody who came by. It was an awesome conversation. Thank y'all so much. We've been on for almost 3 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But I do appreciate y'all so much. I'll be on tomorrow to do makeup. I'll show my face tomorrow. And thank y'all. Thank you so much. The Church of Diet Melanin. I'm so glad you stopped by. I love me some Lady Snoop. She know that. Miss TR, thank you for coming up. Monty and Lisa, I'm so glad I saw you ladies. Melissa, I love you, boo. My Willie. Everybody that was here, I love y'all. MJ, I love you, boo. And I'll see y'all later. Y'all have an amazing night. Bye bye.